where we're departing from, where we're going, how much longer we have in the flight, and then our call sign as well. So if you have those questions, that is what that's about. Will the pill, bottom left hand of the screen. Sure you can, nose up, throttle down, stem hard and stall. Nope, we're not doing that today. Okay, Tommy, I just got notification that you're going live, so
it must have worked.
Nose up.
Okay.
Crisis averted.
Crisis averted. I pretty much rebuilt an entire profile for YouTube.
Oh wow. Important to see comments as a mod so I can take out all the trolls. That's true. Yeah, especially because Tommy's my only other mod.
Okay.
Just almost knocked off my pop filter there. Eddie's son, thanks for the follow. I love Flight Sim for Xbox. They have really put more features. I want to talk to ADC, not click. Well, I mean, that's the limitation of the Xbox. Why can you barely see over the windshield in airplanes? We can't. Eddie's son, the truth of the truth of the matter is you don't really need to see all the way over. You just need to see just enough. Does this use real-time weather, or can you pick different weather scenarios? We're currently on the BatSim server, Frank, so it uses real-time weather. What? It says you're flying into Indy. I thought you were flying into Denver. Nope. Nope. Salt Lake Center to Indianapolis. It's always been the flight plan. When you first fly the jet after training, probably feels uncomfortable, right, with no experience. Not really. It's exciting. It's exhilarating, but it just takes practice. Mo, thanks for the follow. Preston, thanks for the follow as well. Should I Beneteau? Hello, Rain. I think I said that right. Should I Beneteau or CFI to build my hours? Honestly, whichever one's a better schedule, better quality of life, and which gets the hours the quickest, consistent hours. Because honestly, when it comes down to it, the regionals aren't really going to look at whether they're just looking to make sure you have the minimum time requirement to get your ATP. Autocorrect is your new dirty. Joe, thanks for the follow. Ever flying to Charlotte, North Carolina? One too many times, Josh. Hey, Taken Husky, easy with the caps, my friend. I'm getting my PC today. I'm trying to play this game. I got the extra parts like the open throttle. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator is a lot of fun. I just play with an Xbox controller. Bryce, hello. Is the PMDG 737 realistic to the real thing? It's a lot closer than many of the 73s in the marketplace. It's what we refer to as a study level aircraft, so you have to know what you're doing. There's some things that are different, but overall it's not a bad model. Elijah is asking, is the 7.3 worth the buy? It is, from PMDG, absolutely. If there were to be a new major airline to compete with United Delta AA, where should its hub be? I don't know. It has to do with tons and tons of market research that I don't have. Bryce, thanks for the follow. Brickyard, what arrival you filed for? Yep, we're doing, Brickyard, we're doing Colts 2 for the RNMP Zulu runway 5 left. We're going to be doing the Peyton transition. I'm going to be showing Tommy how to do an RNP. My bad, just excited. No, I understand. This game's a lot of fun to play. You can learn a lot from it. Thoughts on that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 trailer? Honestly, G-Man, I'm going to have to wait until more bullet points come out. Because like any game, they come out and there's that little disclaimer in the corner that's like, oh, it's not, not actual graphics depicted or whatever. So I have to see when it actually comes out. What's the current altitude? Does it not show it on there? Oh, I guess it doesn't. Tommy, what's your current altitude? Tommy? Alright. Tommy has gone MIA. So let me go check for you. We're currently at 30,000, climbing through 37,000. The reason I got the Xbox was because of Flight Sim. I have a Mac. Oh, I'm sorry. That's some loud thunder. How do you get the autopilot to work with the mouse? You just click the buttons. I know that sounds kind of simple, but you just click the buttons. Thank you. Ty, thanks for the follow. Bro just stares at the sky for 8 hours. Yeah, and I get paid to do it. You jealous? Such a chat, yeah. Tommy went proof. Yeah, I don't know what Tommy's doing. Unfortunately, there were a lot of backlogs. Yeah.
I'm right here.
Constant. Oh, yeah, I was talking to you a couple seconds ago and you didn't answer. Oh, Snow, did you hear that thunder? Is it coming through the mic? It is shaking my house. Does the constant pressure change ever hurt your ears? Not really. I'm used to it. Only when I'm getting like allergies or sinus infections does it start hurting. Mr. Unpopular Opinion, bottom left hand of your screen should answer all your questions. Ever land at San Diego? Yes, I have multiple times. I'm jealous. Is Cindy the closest arrival in Annapolis landing southwest? Oh, they are landing southwest right now? We're using live weather, so let's see. Nope, still showing 5 left in real, so. Yo, stop yapping and play the game. Icehouse, you're funny. Oh.
Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I had a...
Yeah, no worries. No worries. I'm about to go take care of Iceman real quick.
Okay. I actually have your TikTok up on another browser. All your channels look good.
Oh, perfect.
And
yeah, Icehouse.
Able to live up.
Oh, this is so awkward. Icehouse followed me, and then decided to make a comment of just stop yapping and play the game. So that really sucks, dude. Because now I gotta block him.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you later. See you later, bud. Like Darren always says, it doesn't cost anything to be a nice person. So.
Oh, really?
I'm good. I've been moderator and I've had to deal with those kind of viewers for years. Yeah, Rust. You know what, Rust? If you want, if you stick around a bit, I can make you one of our moderators because I know you. So, and in the end, what are you going to make it? Take gifts on my page. There's this random Andrew Gadubovich on my red channel that's just spewing like babble right now. I have no idea what he's talking about. Pop Crackle, yeah, that's happening right outside. When I had Flight Sim X, I rewrote Orbit Airline flight plans to make their major hub St. Louis. Oh, that's pretty cool. What airline? We're flying Delta 1038 to Indy. Did you ever fill a check ride? No, I did not. You flying the Delta library? Yes. Can you get the autopilot on the PMDG to work with the controller? Yes. So on your controller, Matt, if you hit Y, that's the master command, and then to click off the auto throttle, it's clicking both of the buttons, the rear buttons at the same time. NG man, thank you. BNSF and Uprail fan, what airline do you work for? I work for the Friendly Skies. I might purchase the Velocity flight controller. I'm not familiar with that one. Is it a good one? Adele, thanks for the follow. Matthew, thanks for the follow. Mike, thanks for the follow. Ever flown international? Jacob, yes. The 737 goes all over the place. Canada, Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, and South America. No, but I'd always help you out if I can. And Tommy, of course. Thanks, Rust. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, Rust.
Taken Husky, thanks for the follow. Give me just a second. I think my wife just got home. Baby girl, are you home? Okay. Everything go okay? I'm sorry. Wait, you got soaked? Oh, at all these. I'm sorry. Is it coming down pretty hard? I can hear the thunder. Is Jackie okay? Is she in the corner over here? Okay. If she wants to come in here with me, she can. Okay? I can open up the closet here if she wants it. Well, actually, there's no space, is there? Okay. Love you. Alright, sorry guys. Talking about my wife just got home while it was like raining and stuff from an appointment, so I was just making sure her and the dogs were okay. Alright. Yes, you should look it up. Company's called Turtle Beach. Oh, I'm familiar with Turtle Beach. Like, I know their headsets, mainly. Lendo says, I gotta get my controller set up to my preferences. Yeah, it took a little bit for me to fine-tune everything. For the first time flying internationally, did you want to have to get any certification, or was it normal? Well, we have manuals. There's no special certification, unless it's a special airport, so. Let's make it interesting and pop a dual engine failure in there. Yeah, nope. We don't do that. Not here. We keep things as realistic as possible. How hard is it to be a pilot? 1 to 10? It depends, honestly. If you're not motivated, it's not something you really want to do, it's probably a 10. But if it's something you really want to do, it's probably a 3. What was the hardest check ride? Probably my CFI. It's hard to teach everything you know to someone who doesn't know anything about aviation, or that's what they simulate. So, do you have a video showing your controller setup? No. I mean, honestly, mine is default. Like, I just go in and hit keep default settings, and that's what my controller setup is. Would you say it's hard for someone to get your PPL? The PPL is initially challenging because that's your first, like, license. So yeah, it is challenging. But once you get past it, it gets a little bit easier. Buzz B58, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Does the game simulate the real time of travel? This one does, Kelly, because we're in VATSIM, which is a large multiplayer server. So we can't accelerate time. So we're going real time. BNSF and Up Rail fan, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
Hey,
Let me
Luke,
know
how
your
are ya?
opinion. Oops, sorry, Tommy.
It's all right. I only got one person watching me.
Yeah, no worries. I don't want to talk over you. Let me know your opinion on the controller when you have a chance. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Jacob, thanks for the follow. Beans Taylor, welcome. Welcome. Okay, cool. I'm getting all sorts of notifications on my phone about this weather. Let me turn off the... let's see. Jacob, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Danger Zone, thanks for the follow. Oh wow, over 70 views. Oh yeah, Snowy. I think it's the format. Remember, you and I were talking about, me and Tommy were talking about that. I think it's honestly the layout. So, BuzzB58, how experienced do you have to be on for VATSIM server? You don't have to be experienced at all.
There is a hack for that.
Say that again.
There is a new hack for that.
For what?
For VATSIM. If you're a new pilot to VATSIM, there's the section that puts your flight plan, and then there's a text box on the right hand side where you can comment in, like, TCAS equipped or whatever. Like ours will show to a controller live on social media, shared cockpit, so that way they know. And you can
no, he was just asking how experienced you have to be in VATSIM.
Nah, just put new pilot on and they take care of you.
Yeah, there you go. You're fine. It's just review the basics. Like, I'm going to be making a YouTube video next week on the basics of pilot communication, and then you just go in and practice. That's the point of VATSIM, is to learn. Besides that, it's all okay for PPL. What am I typed in? I am typed in the CL65, which is the CRJ series, the Bombardier CRJ. Well, I guess it's Mitsubishi now. Embraer 145, Embraer 170-75, Embraer 190-95, and the mighty Boeing 737. So I got 5 different type ratings. Russ, do you like the view? Yeah, this is my favorite. This is like perfect Q&A scenery. Because we might be passing over the Grand Canyon, aren't we? We're getting pretty close. We gotta be pretty close to it, I figure. I have it marked in here. I can't imagine having this much spare time. You should give it a shot. It's really relaxing. Buzz B58, well, thank you for that. I know a few things, but I've seen videos full of ATC and all that. Oh yeah, and it just takes practice. The only way you're going to get better at it is if you practice. Lonjay, how do you write the IFR clearance using the acronym CRAFT? Clearance, route, altitude, frequency, and transponder code. Brother Moose is typed in the 190, but we'll never use it. Exactly. It's so, I only flew the 175, but that comes with 2 type ratings. So.
Bill, is Franco in yours?
Yes. Why?
Frankie, thank you for the gift, Franco.
Okay. And in the end, what are you gonna make of it? Okay, I'm gonna block this and block user on YouTube. Sorry, Andrew, I don't know what you're doing. Drove me away at first, but might jump into it then. Yeah, it just takes practice. Did your company pay for all your ratings, or were you responsible? Oh no, the airline paid for all my type ratings. Buddy, you're sitting in your room. Wow, you're very observant, CG? You're very observant. What was your first clue? Was it the fact that I was sitting in an office chair? Interesting. Let's see. I put the real world 737 pilot on there to stop confusing people. and asking, and now all of a sudden people are now asking, you're in your office, how are you a real pilot? So it's kind of opposite there.
Okay, now I can see your chat. So if you miss one, I got this.
Where'd you go, Gabe? Bye, Gabe. Oh, wait. Sorry, Gabe. That was the wrong one. Sorry, hold on. Let me unblock. Sorry. It was CG that was having an issue with me sitting in my room. Let's see. BNSFF. BNSF. If you look down on the bottom left side of your screen, there's a little square, a gray square that has all that information for you. That's why I put it down there for you guys, because I know that's a common question I get asked. Had another CRJ 900 delay out of South Bend. Yep, Riley. Is the weather getting bad up there at all? Ronnie, I have my CFI initial checker at the end of the month. Any advice? Teach to the kitchen chairs, Ronnie. What that means is the more you practice talking out loud and teaching, it's going to help a lot out for the action check ride. How hard is IFR? I'm about to start my trading. It's the big challenge is learning all the regulations and then applying them to the flying that you're doing. The flying itself is a lot of fun. It's not very challenging, in my opinion, but learning the regulations is very challenging. Do you get to pick whatever altitude when you want to fly, or does ATC? We have a requested altitude, but ATC ultimately decides the final altitude that we want for traffic. Sorry, Beans. He definitely got blocked. So where do you have to go for training? What state is it held at? In Denver. For my company, you mean, Smithy? I go to Denver. Buzz, damn, people really find a reason to hate. Yeah, all the time, dude. All the time. All the time. We got a lot of scooters in here today. Yes. Weather's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, it's just storming a lot right now. I'm going to try to be an airline pilot. My college has a flight school. It said it would cost $80,000. That's actually not bad. A lot of other people will get quoted for higher than that, so that's actually not too bad. Don't hate if you're jealous. Just get on the books to do the same thing in the future. Good point, Franco. Like I tell everybody, anybody can be a pilot. It's not hard. Hey, Chicago Spotter, how's it going? I'm starting to enjoy the dark side. Oh, that's awesome, Franco. That is awesome. All right, let me get back in the cockpit so I can be a decent first officer here. All right. All right, Tom, you ready to talk about RMP approaches for a second?
Sure.
Okay, so the chart that I'm looking at is the RMP Zulu, runway 5 left.
Okay, let me bring that chart up.
How did he learn to use the FMC in flight school? They trained us on it. We do have a manual, but it's a lot of hands-on training.
Charts.
What mods are we running? The only thing we're running right now is your controls for your shared cockpit. That's basically it. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of grades did you make in high school then take to college? I had a 4.3 GPA. Beans, I graduated number 3 in my high school graduating class out of 450. Ever flown overseas as a passenger? Only once, Smithy, to Rome. Ah, Rust, buddy, hello. A beautiful face. I'm jealous. I'm a point where I'll probably only have my private license. Hey, but you still get to fly Lando. That's the important part. All right, Tom, you ready?
Yep, I got my chart up.
Okay, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is the setup. So we already got the weather, right? So we're going to build it here. So the first thing we're going to do, can you see my FMS? Actually, you know what? I'm going to jump over to your FMC so you can see me do this.
Alright, let me look down on my FMC.
Okay, let me know when you're looking.
Okay, I got my... You put on the cruise screen?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Prague. Did you see that?
Yep.
Okay, and then nav status. And then on the left side, we're going to make sure that we have 2 GPSs. Okay, so we do have 2 GPSs. Then we're going to go to page 2. And we're going to turn off DME and VOR updating. Okay?
Okay.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to legs. And you see on your approach chart, it says RNP 0.3. at the very bottom where it says underneath straight-in landing?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to type 0.3 into the scratch pad and put it right here on L6. So it's right here. We're telling the FMS that we need at least 0.3 nautical miles of accuracy. Okay?
Okay.
Then we're going to come down to our final approach fix. You see where Peyton is down here?
Yes.
I'm just going to, whenever you know you're doing the RNP and there's no air traffic control on, just bring up the Peyton underneath it to L2. Nope. It's doing that stupid smart cam thing. Hold on. Give me back to the... There we go. So you take Peyton, if it'll let me do it, and drag it on top of Peyton. So that's going to connect it so you don't go on a weird vector. Okay?
Okay.
So execute. Now the next thing we're going to do is you see the final approach fix is oink.
Yes.
Okay. You see on the FMC beneath oink on the right side it says GP glide path 2.81.
Yes.
Okay, so that we know we're going to have a vertical path. So we're going to select oink. We're going to go to our fix page. And we're going to go /2 and /4. These are configuration rings. Okay?
Okay.
So at the 4 mile ring, which is the bigger one, you want to go gear down flaps 15. And then at the 2 mile ring, you're going to go flaps 30 landing checklist. So that's so we configure in time.
Aha.
Okay.
I did
Oh
not
my goodness.
That was a big one.
Yep, I
heard
jumped on that
that.
one. That was loud. Okay, so that's how you set up for an RMP approach. That's all we can do right now. Also, our radios, where we normally put the ILSs, they have to read 1080, so there's no interference. So I can't see mine, so I'm assuming you can see yours, right?
I'm going to look right down now. What's the ILS frequency? 108?
You don't want to put one in there, so make sure that it's VOR 108.0 is in the top.
Okay.
And on both sides. That's just to prevent any interference from ground-based navigational aids.
Is now on top both sides. VOR 1080.
Okay, cool. So that's how we build it. Okay, so we got the weather, we built it. Now we got to bug it. So bug it means that we're going to set all our different minimums and stuff. The acronym that I use to do it is FRAX. Frequencies, RA, course, and speeds. So our frequency we already talked about, right? It's going to be 108.0. Right,
yes.
So that's going to be our frequency. Our RA is going to be our minimums. So in this case, 11. What does that say? 1197, which I'll set on our because I set both when I do this. And guys, I'm sorry about the comments. Give me just a second. I will catch up with them. I'm running through this while we have a lull here. All right, 1197. All right, and then our course is going to be the final approach course, which is 050. So you can set that on your side if you want.
Okay, set.
Okay. And then the final S, so fracs, is course and then speed. So if you want to, generally speaking, you can do 30 or 40, but we like doing 30. So flaps 30. And then it's important that you double pump where it says wind correction. Make sure that's a big 5. Because you'll see when we're doing the RNAV approach, the speed window stays closed the entire time. Because the autopilot is controlling the speed.
Okay.
Okay, and now we're all set. We just got to brief when we get a little bit closer to top of descent, which is at 21:23. So we still got a little bit of time.
Oh yeah.
Any questions?
No, not at all. But
So
we'll be running through this again in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Did
It
not
takes practice.
realize that the PMDG was capable of all that.
Yep, and that is why, in Las Vegas, you went zipping off to the right side is because you were following a vector versus actually closing up the vector.
Personally, like to think of it that I wanted to sightsee the strip in a big plane.
Okay, let's see. Ever flown? Oh, I already did that. Let's see. What is missing on the FMC of the PMDG compared to the real aircraft? ACARs. I don't get ACARs, which is how we normally communicate with our company and stuff like that. Got you up on here and the other and Tommy on. Oh man, Russ has us covered.
He does.
Does-
He's been all over.
Well, yeah, Rust. I mean, I know Rust almost for a decade now. We gamed way back in the day when I was still just on Xbox. Does Turbulent worry you? No, it doesn't. True, I might get commercial certification eventually. Do bush flying for pay? Yeah, absolutely. Smart cam is annoying and not useful at all. No, it's not. Mo, thanks for the follow. Bill RV, thanks for the follow as well. What kind of graphics card do I have? I have a NVIDIA GTX 30. I want to say it's a 3060 or 37 Ti. I can't remember off the top of my head. Check my NOTAMs. I did. That's why we're landing on 5 left. Not 5 right. Because 5 right is currently closed in Indy. That's more labor intensive than the 175 RMP. Brother Moose, at Envoy, we weren't certified to do RMPs in the 175. So the first time I ever did RMP stuff was on the 7.3. If AMP goes out of RMP range, what happens? Does the autopilot disconnect? No, Aaron, it doesn't connect. We have to monitor it when we're doing the approach. If actual NP goes out of required navigation performance, then we have to discontinue the approach. Favorite flight I've done? There's a lot of them. Lahui, Hawaii is my favorite overnight, Tyler. And here's that sparkle of intense music. Yeah, it's just there to wake you up with all the thunder in the background. Turn on your seatbelt sign just to annoy your passengers. Actually, now that I think of it, we never actually turned it off. So we're gonna do the opposite because we're not rude people. Actually, we'll just leave auto, and I'll do the announcements.
Hey, when you get a quick second, check out your right side window. Let me know if you're starting to come over a lot of cloud cover. I see it off our nose in my window.
See, I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's 5. Yeah, I'm coming over some cloud cover.
Okay. Looks like our weather is even syncing up correctly.
Well, that's good. Let's see. Nope, sorry. I dropped the... There it is.
Oh, hey, Brother Moose, what's up?
Turn on your seatbelt sign. Well, crazy. I mean, imagine stuff in the 175. Just load the RNP and it's all taken care of. The 175 is an awesome airplane to fly. Is there a max height of a person on the 737? No. Where is the real world pilot? You're looking at him. OG Smash Sauce. Why would nav radio cause interference in an RNAV approach? It has to do with the data updating and how the IRSs can help determine position. So we don't want that interfering at all during the GPS. Why would yeah, Snow, I have a feeling that OG Smash Sauce is just trying to troll. So I'm giving you an opportunity to not do it before I mute and block him. So where's the ATC game? That was yesterday. I do not fly for Southwest. I don't know why everybody assumes I fly for Southwest. Southwest is not the only airline that flies Boeing 737s. I don't see a username. Whoever asked where you're flying today, you can check it out on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It has all the flight information there for you. I set it up that way so because that's a common question we get asked on the live stream. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that we're Delta 1038 from Salt Lake City, Indianapolis. 22% of the way there. Distance to go is 914 nautical miles. ETA in the Sims 2134. ETA in real life is 2133 Zulu. And time to go is 1 hour and 55 minutes. You're welcome.
You know, it sounds like you might have done that a time or two.
Yeah, right? It's because you're such a fun-loving guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Snowy. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him. You fly for United or Delta, or is it American? Who knows? What PC or laptop are you using? I'm using PC. It's a Cyber Power pre-built from Best Buy. It's a AMD 5700, 1 terabyte solid state, 16 gigs of RAM, and a NVIDIA GTX. I think it's a 3060 Ti. Oh yeah, Kason, it's a NVIDIA GTX or 3060 Ti. What's your SAP for landing and runway turn off the taxi lights? Aaron, everything goes on when we get on the runway. Coming through 18, we turn everything off except for our anti-collision, basically our strobes and stuff. So, no, I don't work for Sun Country. Man, you're hitting all the wrong points there. What college degree did I get, Trevor? I got a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science with flight. I'm looking into going into the airlines, but stressing about school. What are you stressing about, Trevor? What does squawk code mean? Squawk code is the discrete radar code that we get in order to communicate with air traffic control's radar system and computers. So it displays our flight information such as altitude, destination, airspeed, and such. Let's see. Damn, this game is a lot more optimized now considering the specs you have. Yes, it is. It's a lot better than Flight Simulator X, and also this is the first time I've ever had a PC to game on, and it handles this very, very well. Who makes the computers on the 737? That's a good question. I mean, it depends on the company, honestly, because each company may have a different one. I want to say, I can look it up here. Give me a second.
Hello, Avenger. How are you? Welcome in.
I think it might be Rockwell. Oh, no, that's ACARS. Where's my FMC guide?
Have we seen Big K-14 yet today?
No, this flight is for Big K-14, so I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look. I've never been asked that question, and I can't remember off the top of my head because it's not like there's a label on it. Yeah, because in our manual it doesn't even say it, just they refers to them as generic flight management computers. So maybe it's a Boeing computer, I actually don't know. GE Aviation is what I found. GE Aviation. My flights keep getting canceled because I don't change my squawk code. Oh, that's because they're losing radar contact, so just change your squawk code. Carlos, thanks for the follow. Is aerospace engineering a good degree? It is, Noah. Do I work for Avelo? Obviously. What's the difference between airspeed and ground speed? Kindle, so you have different types of airspeed. I actually made a whole video on it on my TikTok page. So you have different types. You have just raw indicated airspeed, calibrated, true airspeed, ground speed, and calibrated speed. So true airspeed is calibrated airspeed adjusted for non-standard temperature and pressure and environmental factors. So ground speed is your true airspeed plus or minus the wind component, and your ground speed is your actual speed over the ground. That's what determines how long it takes for us to get somewhere. Maybe 165 hertz. Are you talking about my monitor? Turn base. Base is a part of the traffic pattern for landing. It's when you're perpendicular to the final approach into the runway. You get told by descend by ATC, so you choose descend now, or do you use level change? It depends, Aaron. Which I always try to keep it in VNAV as much as I can. So sometimes I'll recruise it. But level change at 300 something knots up at altitude is not fun, so I wouldn't ever recommend doing level change. Wyatt, thanks for the follow. You could use vertical speed, Aaron, if it is a small altitude change. Usually if it's more than 1,000 feet, I'll just use VNAV. Hello, Yana. Welcome to the live stream. Or Yana, if I said that right. So you move faster. Wait, sorry, I disconnected there. What? Oh no, Max is... Ryan, thanks for the follow. I've always loved planes and probably will change my major to get into aviation. Oh, that's good. I want to be a fighter pilot, but I wear contacts, so I'm pretty sure that's a no-go. Yeah, they're extremely picky on the physicality for You have to be near perfect physical condition to be a fighter pilot. I'm away from the laptop, but pulled you up on my phone. Thanks, Rust. When you're entering new airspace, do you have to reach out to ATC or wait to work with them to say radar contact? We're always in instruments, so we're on IFR flight plan, so they always know where we are. We just get handed off to the next frequency. I thought it was interesting that there's a server room set up underneath the cockpit. Yeah, that's where they keep all the electronics. Opinions on DFW Airport. One of my least favorite airports to operate out of. Lando, I'll see you later, bud. Thanks for tuning in. I graduated with a 3.6. Hope I can understand it all. I mean, GPA, you just have to have good study habits. Joshua Hudson, thanks for the follow. Pilot pay is like 200,000 plus usually, right? I'm interested in becoming an airline pilot. Ryan, it depends on the airline. When you enter new airspace, should you wait for ATC to say radar contact, or do you say something first? It depends. Usually if you're under radar contact, you're being handed off. Do you think a high refresh rate monitor would help with visual lag? Yes. That's the whole point of the refresh rate. What do pilots mostly talk about during a flight? Honestly, it's just if I know the person. Like, I've flown with captains recently that I've already flown with, so I'll ask them, updates on the stuff that we talked about the first time. But for like first time guys that I've flown with, it's the, hey, do you commute? Where do you live? And so on and so forth, stuff like that. Hello, I can't read your username. I apologize, it's in a different language. We're currently flying to Indianapolis, so that information is on an overlay on my other two channels on the top. It's all the information you need is on top of the screen. Hey, G Avenger, bottom left of your screen, my man. Do you think big fellas can be pilots too? I mean, I'm one, so you need 20/20 vision, as it's called in optician terms, to be a fighter pilot. That is correct. Do you know where you can see the ground speed in the A320? I have no idea. I'm not an Airbus pilot. Could flight be dispatched without an autopilot or autopilot operating at your airline? Yes. Those are ME-eligible items. I've actually flown a couple airplanes without autothrottle. Got some lightning saw it flash in front of the engine. Oh, I'm wondering if we're getting anywhere near that weather that's actually like hitting me. No, not quite. It's a different weather system. Okay, good, because my visual game lag is pretty bad, but my PC is like $830. Then it's going to be your monitor. You have to have a monitor that has a refresh rate that's going to match your graphics card and your refresh. Do I get on my phone at cruise? No. Our phones go into airplane mode and goes into my flight bag, and I don't touch it until we land. Are you flying on VATSIM? Yes, James, we are. We're currently on VATSIM. It's just really quiet because let's see. I don't think there's anybody up here because we haven't even got pinged yet. Yeah, there's nobody on. So it's just Tommy and I cruising through the airspace right now. You know what, Tommy? We forgot to request coverage, didn't we?
We did.
Okay.
Writing that down.
Yeah, I would say I think for our next flight we should definitely try to request coverage for it. Is being a pilot a highly stressful gig? It's not really. There are stressful situations, but we're trained professionals, so we just handle it like we're trained. Is it the weather hitting Denver? Yes, Brother Moose, actually it is. It is. What state do I live in? I live in the Midwest. That's about as specific as I'm going to get. Abraham, I'm aware finances can be personal, but are you still paying off flight school to this day? I actually was lucky enough to leave flight school and college with zero debt. So, yes, I am a 737 pilot. Wait, is that not on my OBS? Did I not put that up there? Oh no, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't. I have the text in here. There it is. I just gotta find a place to. Where'd it go? Let me drop it down.
Cody
there it
Logan,
is.
no way. Hello, welcome in. Shared cockpit with my buddy Captain Bill Official.
Yes, sir. Here, I'm just gonna drop that in the screen there. So I forgot I didn't have. Drop it towards the bottom here. There we go. Maybe change the color real quick. Make it red so everybody can see it. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's see. Does ATC tell you when to descend or when you're ready? It just we can't descend without a clearance because of traffic separation. But if we need to descend, we request a descent. Could you explain the isolation valve on the 737? Which one? Or if you're referring to the pneumatics panel, it just separates the left and right side of the pneumatic system. Rust is back. You can request coverage on a bad sim. According to Tommy, we can. I've never tried it, so.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one. Request to go around plate on
What?
Batson?
No, no. Snowy's asking. You can request coverage on AT or on that sim? Question mark.
Oh yeah.
Do you plan on getting other type ratings for commercial aircraft eventually? Scared to fly? Any advice, Sean? Learn as much as you can about aviation. A lot of the fears involved with aviation are because of lack of knowledge or don't know about it. So the more you learn, the easier it's going to be. Kind of funny you get off your log by shift flying a 737 to go relax and fly it on your computer. Well, user 6862, I do this to hang out with Tommy, to hang out with you all. TikTok don't have an unstable internet connection. Come on now, there it goes. So I just do it mainly for that. I can hear faintly the rumbles of thunder in the background. Yeah. Ever had an in-flight emergency? Not yet. In your opinion, what's the hardest plane to fly? I don't know. I've only flown 4 in my career, and the hardest one to fly was probably the CRJ. I'd like to see you do that crazy descent of a baton. Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I've seen videos of it. Does the far aim prepare you for all check rides? It helps, but it shouldn't be your sole study source. If you feel comfortable, what airline do you work for? Matthew, go check out my TikTok page. What was harder, being a CFI or an FO? Probably being a CFI. How do I get into flying bit airlines? Oh, flying big airlines? Lane, go to my TikTok page. There's a video labeled how to be a pilot in 10 steps, or in steps, and that explains it all. You enjoy the Blue Angels stunt team? Blue Angels are the reason I became an airline pilot. I still get emotional when I see them perform. To me, it's nuts that people learn to fly on gliders. You would think having no engines make it more dangerous. Nope, I am a glider pilot. That's actually the first license that I got. It's really fun. Lane, thanks for the follow. Can you crash planes in this game? Luke, we're not going to. Weird suggestion. Let's see. What airline do I fly for? I fly the Friendly Skies. Can't really see your username. How long does it take you to taxi at Chicago? Depends on the day. Depends on how much traffic. Anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. Depends. That's a weird question to ask, Luke. But we're not going to do it, so no, because we're on a live server. Oh, Tommy, how you doing? I'm checking in with you. Doing good?
Just chilling.
All right, I'm going to get back, because I like looking out this window, but I'm also nowhere. Okay, we're at HGO. Okay. Yeah, the Blue Angels are awesome. I grew up in Pensacola. Oh, that's lucky. In MCDU, what do you do when it gets a vector waypoint in legs and it's not on plan? A vector is never on a plan. It's either a part of a rival or a SID. You can either delete out the vector or close it up by dragging another point up to it. Matthew, airplanes are ETOPS rated, not pilots. I fly ETOPS rated 7.3s. How long did it take you to go from PPL to ATP? Logan, it took me about 5 years, but that also included 4 years of college. I've taxied for over an hour in Chicago before. Yeah, Brother Moose, absolutely. It just depends. You know, we have bad weather days. You heard about the small jet that crashed? Nope. Have you ever flown to Little Rock, Arkansas? A bunch, actually, Blakey. A bunch. When I was with Envoy. Am I ETOPS rated in the 737? Once again, pilots aren't ETOPS rated, the aircraft are. Are you playing in Legacy mode? What is a Legacy mode?
We're not.
No. Tommy says we're not, so I have no idea what Legacy mode is. What program is this for shared cockpit, and can I use it on any airplane? It is called Your Controls, and as long as there's a list of airplanes when you go to start the shared cockpit server, as long as the airplane is in there, then you can use it. Owen, where did you go to college? I went to Florida Tech. Hello, Zach. Is this for fun or are you practicing? Nope, this is for fun. I fly this airplane in real life, so this is just for fun. Have I
don't
flown to
think you need
Japan
much more
before?
practice.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I really don't think you need practice in it anymore.
Oh no, I always need practice. I'm always trying to better myself. There's always something better to learn. Have I flown to Japan before? Not in the 7-3. It doesn't go that far. I did work for Envoy, that is correct. What is the college you went to as part of the Aviate program? It is now, Logan, but Aviates and all those different like pathway programs didn't exist back when I went to school. Okay, so where can I find the program? It's on, there's a couple, I got it off the, what's it called? GitHub, G-I-T Hub. That has the most up-to-date one. Can I see the third person of the airplane? Sure. Which airport's busier? It depends. If you're talking air traffic, it's Chicago. If you're talking passenger Smithy, it's Atlanta. That's an argument as old as time, as old as aviation itself, I should say. Hold on, my controller's having issues hooking up. Thank God Tommy's doing the landing. External. There we go. Legacy is the mode where Optic with Sim, zero assistance when flying aircraft. Yeah, we don't play Legacy, but this is also... Here, I can show you real quick. All assistance is off, because you can't fly the PMDG with assistance on. So yeah, there's literally nothing on. Because if you try to fly the PMDG, as I've found out in Lahui, Hawaii on here, if you try to fly with any assistance on, then it's gonna crash in the sim. Do US Airlines play the same as European? I don't know. Zach, in the bottom left hand of your screen, there should be a flight like square, like a little rectangle that's like cream color, has all the information in there. Have you ever flown into Charlotte International in Nevada? Or I'm assuming you mean North Carolina. I have a couple times. I heard United flies 737s to Japan via Hawaii and Guam. That's the Guam base. Yeah, I'm not Guam based, I'm Chicago based. You're welcome, cringe guy. Toughest airport to land. San Diego has been one of the most challenging, but San Jose, Costa Rica is another one. That's kind of tough. What is the shortest flight I've ever done in the 737? It was from Chicago to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was like 20 minutes. Are airports, or I'm sorry, pilots assigned to airports they fly out, or how does that process work? Your base, you bid for, when you first get hired, you bid for your airplane and base. So I'm Chicago based on the 737. Have you ever had an overnight in DFW? I have. I have only once or twice. Snowy, Bill, in over a little 3 weeks, I have to officially be an adulting. Oh no, Snowy, no. Welcome to the adult world, Snowy. It's not as fun as you think. Have you ever flown St. Kitts? No, I have not flown to St. Kitts. Have you ever... Yeah, I already answered that. I have flown to Charlotte much time. Yes, Bentley, we are going to Indianapolis. Absolutely. All the information you need, Bentley, is on the upper portion of your screen along the upper side. Or on the top side, excuse me. My laptop doesn't like running TikTok or the other channels, and so I've kept the TikTok up on my phone. Yeah, so for whatever reason, TikTok doesn't run very well on computers. Oh, and I was in the regionals for 4.5 years. I was an FO for a year and a captain for 3.5. The aviation kid, thanks for the follow. Matthew, is that San Jose, California? I was San Francisco based for a little bit, but never flew out of San Jose. What's my favorite game? Honestly, Dead by Daylight, which I'll play more once we get closer to, once we get a little bit closer to Halloween time. I'll start playing that on my other 2 channels. That's my state's cap. Oh, you're in Indiana? Awesome, Bentley. Yeah, we're flying to Indy. Have I flown into Fort Myers? Yes, I was actually there this last week. Could you explain what the difference between enabling and star approaches are? I don't understand what you're talking about with enabling and star approaches. Stars are standard terminal arrival routes. Jaron, the longest flight I've been on was from Houston to Quito, Ecuador, 6 hours and 45 minutes. Blakey, I do not own an airplane. Morales, thanks for the share. I appreciate it. I'm assuming the Chicago to Grand Rapids was a repositioning flight. Nope, it was a full revenue flight. 6862 RNAV. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Have you flown to Boston before? Yeah, a bunch of times. Favorite airport to land is my home airport. Me and my parents agreed that I get until after the week of the 4th until jobs start. Oh, that's nice of them. Yeah. How do I feel about flying in Tampa? Indifferent. Tampa's just another airport. Well, I'm worried about how about the landing in Indy. No touchdowns happen in Indy. Oh, that's
That's pretty good.
that's a good one, Smithy. That's funny. Have you flown to Tampa International? Yep, multiple times. I'm a ramp agent for Envoy at Fort Fort Myers. That's so cool. Yeah, I was just last. If you watch my blog, Hunter, this I just posted it. Fort Myers was my first leg. I flew in a 900 ER. Christian, yes. In specific circumstances, we do have to use Auto Brakes Max. What is the city with the longest taxi? DFW. Do another game. Oh, Rust, do you play Dead by Daylight? Oh, Rust, yes. Yes, I have a whole group that plays. We actually are in need of a 4th. So, I guess I'll be contacting, I'll be reaching out to you about that. Bentley says I'll be flying from Indianapolis to Tampa. Oh, cool. Sarah's wondering what the difference is between the different approaches besides position. Still not making sense. 6862. I have no idea. Are you talking about there's ILSs, there's GPSs, GPS approaches, there's VOR approaches, contact approaches, which we don't do in the airlines. Logan says I'm starting to plane spot. I'll have to see if I can catch you in Dallas one day. I don't fly into Dallas regularly, so just because my airline doesn't fly through there a whole lot. Any tips on becoming a pilot? Any good airline recommendations? The only thing I offer to every pilot that asks that question is good study habits. Good study habits will carry you and stick with you throughout your entire training, and it helps a lot. What's the biggest airplane I've ever flown? A 737 MAX 9. What age did I get my PPL at? 18? No, 17. 17. Grinch Guy, thanks for the follow. I can play a Freddy Killer. Ooh, nice. Nice. I'm really good at blowing generators, Rust. So I'm more the comedic relief on our team, but sometimes I can pull my weight. Why does taking off in Reno feel like you're going straight up in the air? Probably because you are going straight up in the air. I have not been to Honolulu. I mean, I've been to Honolulu when I was younger, but not in the 7.3. I've only been to Maui and Lahui. Different approaches bring you down to different altitudes, some closer to ground than the others. Yeah, so ILSs will have a lower altitude, so RNPs versus GPS RNAVs. Do you ever feel out of place when flying to Atlanta? Like, how are there just Delta planes? Yeah, it's the same thing going, like, when Delta flies to O'Hare. Dave, thanks for the follow. Favorite pre-flight meal? Starbucks. Avenger says F-123 is out today. Oh, sweet. Smithy, I'm out of here, Bill. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, Smithy. Always good talking to you. See you later. Do some pilots disable autopilot different times when landing? Yeah, it just depends on their preference. I usually try to cook it off between 1,000 feet and 1,500 feet in hand fly, unless the weather's really bad. No, Reno feels different. The plane shoots straight up. Probably because they're doing a high performance takeoff because of terrain. How do pilots cope with the popping ears? By using the Valsalva technique and equalizing pressure. I'm a good survivor too sometimes. Yeah, my thing is I get super distracted on the generators, Rust, and I'll be like looking around trying to find to see if the other guys are coming, and then I'll just completely miss the skill check. We're getting close to 8K. Oh, sweet. Is it harder to land at night? Yes. Yeah, you don't have as much visual reference as you do during the day. Why it feels so weird flying in the co-pilot seat? Because every simmer out there, probably with the exception of myself, flies their sim from the left seat. Bentley's pushing back. Oh, cool. Oh, you're going now. We'll have a safe flight from Indy to Tampa, Bentley. Can pilots land with autopilot? Yeah, certain airplanes like the 737 are auto land capable. Favorite star to fly? I don't really have one. I know Las Vegas has some funny ones. For example, the Hangover movie character names the checkpoints. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I really don't have a favorite star. How close is the simulator to landing? Bottom left of your screen, Michael. If someone had experience with the PMDG 737, would they land a real 737 with an ILS? I don't know. It's sitting in front of a computer and flying around with the Xbox controller yoke is not like flying the same thing or flying the real thing. While fixing the genies. What's the worst problem you've had on an airplane you've flown? I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. I've had various problems. I plane spot a lot, so hopefully someday landing in Boston. I frequent Boston a lot. Boston's one of my favorite overnights. Had a lot of family out there growing up too. Spent a lot of summers. I used to debate in high school. You'd go up to Harvard to do debate tournaments. So a huge fan of Boston. Boston Logan. All right. We are currently 1 hour and 20 from top of descent. I didn't realize this flight was that long. So was this one right on the 3-hour mark, Tommy?
Right on the 3-hour mark. The whole
Okay.
having to reject and come back around didn't.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You know what? We had everything set up and ready to go up until that point. You know?
Yeah, and I don't know why it's doing that. It's actually very, very aggravating.
Now, does it, did you have any issues on landing with that glitch?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So I can brace for impact. Let's see. What game is this? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Dylan. JFK to Auckland. Or AUA. Where's AUA? I feel like I've asked this before. If you had to fly an Airbus aircraft, which one would it be? I would never fly an Airbus. I'm just kidding. It just depends on whichever one gives me the best quality of life. We got a fuel light. Yep. Center pumps.
Yep.
You can go ahead and turn this off, Tommy. There we go. Sweet. Some people think being a flight attendant you'll see the world, but you're actually stuck in an airport. That's not entirely true. 6862. Ever fly a Cat 3 ILS approach? Yes, I flew a Cat 3A approach, legit approach, in Autoland into Dallas Fort Worth about 6 months ago. What does the pilot's work schedule look like in terms of hours, days off, and days working? It just depends. I generally work 4 days on and have 3 to 4 days off. Oh, Aruba, okay. I'm sure we'll hear sync rate and pull up in the background on landing. I really hope not. I'm planning, as long as everything is going well, once I get Tommy fully configured, I'm going to have you all in a point of view, like we were just were the showcase point of view, over the wing. So you guys get to kind of be here for the landing. And then I'll switch back. What do you think about the new 2024 Flight Simulator? Honestly, I don't know what to think. I'm excited for it if it's true. But as we all know, the initial graphics and stuff that they show in commercial and stuff won't be what we see in game. So I'm just curious to see what it's going to be like in game. What do you think of the $50 CRJ? Oh, are you talking about the PMDG CRJ? I think it's pretty good. The landing was good yesterday. Yeah, that's true. Do pilots have a consistent sleep schedule? Yes. We're very disciplined when it comes to sleep. You ever land at the crazy airport in San Martin? Yes. I've been to San Martin a handful of times. Actually, more than a handful. Quite a bit. On July 1st, I'm plane spotting at O'Hare. I'm near the border. Oh, cool. Yeah, O'Hare's pretty, especially if they're landing east. I've heard that's the best opportunity to plane spot. It's by Aerofly or something like that. Tommy, that CRJ7 you have, what company is it by?
Aerosoft.
It's Aerosoft. So Kaysen's asking about the CRJ700. How do you like it, Tommy? Because I've never flown it.
Which aircraft?
The CRJ700.
It's a nice aircraft. I would not reach into the wallet and buy it right now. They have not updated it in about a year. They pretty much put everything into the A330 that they're coming out. Aerosoft used to be a lot better. It's just the customer service and updates have declined over time.
There you go. Blake, Wildcat 3A, that had to be real fun, just wrapping up my instrument rating. Oh, it was interesting. In the middle of the night in DFW, doing Cat 3 down to minimums, 50 feet above the ground. Ryan, if you go to YouTube and look up plane spotting, it's just people that go out and take pictures of aircraft taking off and landing. It's really cool. What's the time to idle the 737 before touchdown? Honestly, it depends. It depends. Is the aircraft heavy? Is it light? Are you in gusty conditions? Are you not in gusty conditions? Are you in a 700, 800, 900, 9ER, a max 8 or max 9? It just all depends. Is the FMC accurate in this airplane? It is. It's pretty close. A little bit of a pucker factor. The RVR was 600, Blake. I'm telling you, it was minimum, like minimums 666 RVR. It was as low as we could legally go for a Cat 3 approach. Cat 3A, I should say. Will you be flying the fly-by-wire A380 when it comes out? I won't be. Work for United as well. Are you a pilot, G2C? Jaren, go check out my TikTok page. It's all over there. If you have any desire to fly the 777 or 78, Abraham, eventually I'll be going to the 787. Probably in about a year and a half. Can I be landing, can it be scary landing in zero visibility? Not really, because the autopilot doesn't and we train, so. Have I ever had an engine failure? No, knock on wood. Your ramp, oh, cool. Where are you ramp at, GTC? Yeah, 666, 600 RVR. Where does the 787 stack up in terms of wide bodies? What do you mean, like size? Oh, on the ramp in Indy. Well, that's ironic. That's where we're flying to today. Bentley, again, we're taxiing right now. 5 left, we'll be heading out shortly. Well, Bentley, go ahead and turn off your phone and place it in airplane mode, please. If you're taxiing out right now, your phone should be in airplane mode. Yes, we are flying on VATSIM. 787, like, sounds like fun. You'll be all over the globe. Not necessarily. The 787s and the 777s, especially with the world still kind of closed up because of COVID, they don't go to a whole lot of places. Like, I want to say the 777 or the 78 out of Chicago only goes to, like, it's like 8 or 10 places. Why did they make you put your phone in airplane mode? So it doesn't interfere with our communications and navigations equipment. Bentley, have a great flight, buddy. Hopefully you enjoy Tampa. Hopefully the weather's nice down there. Can pilots use the bathroom in the air? Yes. Will you be flying for the Miami? What is FNO? Oh, full coverage? Oh, Tommy, that is tonight, isn't it?
Friday Night Ops, yeah.
Yeah. No.
We'll plan that.
One of these days. Yeah, one of these days. Mainly, like today's my last day off, so that's why we start early in the afternoon, because I don't want to spend my entire evening before I have to get up early tomorrow on the sim. So one of these days we'll do it. No, more in terms of quality of aircraft. The 787 is a good airplane. Do you have to work your way through the airlines to fly the 787 without flying to fly the 737? It's just availability when you first get hired by the airline. So the airplane mode thing isn't a myth? No. Especially now without the with the 5G towers going up. The 5G interferes with our radio altimeter. Bentley, have a safe flight, bud. Thanks for watching. How often do I fly in North Carolina? Almost never. I've only been to North Carolina once with my current company. As someone who lives in Tampa, it's storming, like, yeah, that's stereotypical Florida. Where am I heading on the upcoming trip? I'm all over the place. I know Boise is one of the overnights. It's going to be a very, very busy trip. I've flown on the 787 from Chicago to Maui. It was an absolute incredible experience. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 787 is a nice airplane. Josh, thanks for the follow. Celeste, welcome. Right. Let's see. 21:19. We've got about an hour. Tommy, you ready for a Tommy takeover here for just a second?
Sure.
Okay, guys, I'm going to step off. I'm going to stretch my legs, kind of like I do in the actual cockpit, take a lap break, and then I will be right back. But until then, Tommy D from Level Flight Simulations is all yours. It's all yours, Tommy.
Okay. Hey, Morgan. Not much, Brother Moose. How you doing? That's it. Cue the Tommy takeover. What's going on, Brooklyn? Oh yeah, Brother Moose. I'm sure that was yesterday. Did that yesterday, except for a little vacuuming this morning, because the cat has one of those cardboard pickup trucks where, you know, they have the scratching cardboard in the back. She destroyed every part of that pickup truck than anything else. Oh, cool, Brooklyn. I'm glad you are. More Australian candy. Oh yeah, always the litter. She's pretty good with that though. She's pretty good. The better half was able to train her really, really quick. Matt, welcome into Captain Bill's Live. $119. Wow. Blake, no, I'm not a pilot in real life. I just have ground school behind me. I got my FAA endorsement, but got to take my test, and I already got my physical done. Enrique, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 with a shared cockpit between Captain Bill Official and myself. Level Flight Simulations, and we're actually under our 3 Green Simulations group flag today. We're looking at probably another hour to top of descent. Rust.
live again.
Okay, Snowy.
All right. All right, I am back. That was a nice break. We're halfway through to Indianapolis.
Yeah, we just turned at HYS.
Okay, perfect. Bentley, I hope that's not true. I really hope it's not true. Let's see, what did I miss? Franco, thanks for the GGs. Lon J, thanks for the Hello Bear. Appreciate that. And if I didn't already say it, thank you, Aviation Nick, for the soccer ball. Let's see. I'm going to catch up with comments here.
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna go do the same thing.
All right, cue the Captain Bill takeover.
Captain Bill, back to his life.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, Traveling Trucker, thanks for the follow. Brother Moose is cleaning, of course. Are you a pilot in real life? Oh, Tommy. I thought you were asking me. Tommy is a professional simmer. I don't know, but I'm still waiting for Shiba going. Enrique, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. And Rust, in the bottom left of your screen on TikTok, there's that little gray square that has all the flight information on there. Thank you, Rust. Thank you. Where are we going today? We are going to Indianapolis, Ellen, or Beth, excuse me. Welcome to the live stream. Does Microsoft Flight Simulator 20 have the speed up time option? Yes, Alex, it does. However, we are in a live multi-player server called VATSIM, so we cannot accelerate time. Wait, you didn't confirm controls of the aircraft. Oops, my aircraft. Technically, well, actually, we're screwed either way because Tommy has the your controls button that switches it back and forth, so he still has the aircraft. I'm already going to be a pilot cookout, and we're going to be dropping rubber chicken targets. On targets? Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Oh, is Snowy back yet? Because we went from like 60 to 80 followers all the way down to 26 after I left, so I'm curious if I lost a bunch of viewers while I was, taking my obligatory lab break here. That does sound like a lot of fun. Hi, May, welcome. Let me check the metrics here. Everything looks good. Looks good. Cool. I think this format really helped too. The new layout that I did. I think it got a little bit more people into the live stream, which is nice. That was the problem that Tommy and I were having, was viewership. See, I'm leaving my house at 4. Oh, cool. Bill, we need to get you on the Warzone with me and Tommy. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about downloading Warzone, because Warzone's free. So, I'm not going to guarantee I'm any good at it, but that's definitely going to be some funny content.
Okay, I'm back, and I heard that, and you can't be any worse than me.
Shh, guys, Tommy's back. I'm just kidding. Nothing, you have not missed anything. The only thing that we failed to do is trade flight controls.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so I just realized, like, if something went sideways, I would have absolutely no control of the airplane.
It's a good thing I live in a very small apartment.
That's true. You could have probably heard me screaming. Well, I would just start yelling on the radio, because the VATSIM radio is still connected to your speakers, right?
No, actually, I got VATSIM. If we get a controller, it's all in my headset, so that way it didn't echo on you.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, if I need to get a hold of you, I'd just start talking through VATSIM. Because that way I know you're, I thought it was still hooked up to your speaker.
Oh, I would hear you anyway. I got Discord on my externals.
I gotcha. Unlike Bill, he lives in a mansion. No, I don't live in a mansion. I do not. I live in my own home, though. Like, it's a nice house. My wife was nice enough to let me have this room as my office. Actually, you know what, Tommy? I found on my phone, there's this application. Let me see if I can find it. It's like Volanta, but for iPhone.
Oh, okay.
It is called Vatscope. And actually, let me take a look if I can see us. I think I can. You just can't see. Yep, there's us, Delta 1038. And there's your information there. Oh, wow, you can see all the flight. Oh, wow, you can see a whole bunch of stuff. That's pretty cool.
I'll have to get that.
Yeah, so it's called Vatscope. It's like this blue. It almost looks like FlightAware, but with a blue symbol. And you can pay. I think it's $2.99 if I can do the extension. For example, if I add you as a friend, kind of like Volanta, but it's only $2.99 versus the subscription on Volanta. That's pretty cool, actually. Yes, Jesse, I do have two dogs. I was actually just comforting my ooh, sorry guys, I shook the table. My little cattle dog, she got kind of traumatized when we first got her. Maybe a month into having her, we had my first tornado experience where I live. So she's absolutely petrified of any thunderstorms. So that's what I was doing, is taking a bathroom break and checking on her. I was going to see if she wanted to come in here and lay underneath the desk with me, but the problem is my other dog, who is not afraid of thunderstorms, would be extremely jealous. I don't like them necessarily in this room because I want to keep this area clear of dog hair as much as I can, so that way it doesn't get all sucked into my PC. I live in a townhome with my boyfriend and his own. He has his own little hideout. It's called a man cave, Morgan. It's called a man cave.
Bill?
Yep.
You are no longer showing connected to to your controls.
Are you,
my server is still going.
Yep. Oh, you know what? It's because I timed out. Okay. So, Tommy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the audio real quick on their side so they can't hear the server code. Do you want to? Is it the same server code?
Yeah, same server code.
All right, I reconnected.
All right, cool. There you are.
All right, there we go. I'm glad you saw. It's probably because it's like it's not doing anything.
I crushed my TikTok live, so I'm just double and triple checking everything while we're going.
Okay. Hello, Adams Bank. I am doing good. Keandre King, my friend. Have not seen you in a while. How you doing? Snowy's back. Welcome back, Snowy. Welcome back. The past 3 years, my dog has been petrified of storms, but so far this year, she doesn't have a care in the world. Yeah, I don't know. She just gets all my cattle dog just gets all cuddly. And that's basically all I have to worry about. But if I'm not, she's my thunder buddy. So if I am not there, she gets kind of anxious. She'll go hide in her corner. So, I own a 2-bed terrace too. Let's see, everything's looking good. Audio's looking good too. Just playing the sim every day. Leaving for Air Force boot camp on Tuesday. Oh, good luck, Keandre. That's awesome. Thank you in advance for your service. Ronaldo, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I was just thinking, because Tommy, I think we had like 70 people on here for a while, and I think when I got up to left to go take my break, and I turned off the camera, everybody it dumped. Because we went down to like 25. Hello, Mason. I don't know if it's the same Mason, different Mason. There's so many Masons in here. Well, technically, I don't own it yet. Bank does until it's paid off. I gotcha. Same here. I have some equity in my home, but not all of it yet. Brady, welcome. Heath Horton, welcome to the live stream. If you all that are just joining, if you're curious about where we are in the flight, where we're going, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen on your phone, there's a little cream-colored box, and it has all the flight information you need to know. It became crickets once you took your break. I figured Snowy because like I came back and I was like, oh, there goes the viewer count. But I will agree. I think that this layout is what we needed to revamp it. DJ Flashpoint. That's a good DJ name. Josh, welcome. If I don't say your guys' name, it's because it's just flashing in here on the bottom. Casey, welcome. Mike B, welcome. Hamlin, welcome. Casey, welcome to the live stream, y'all. We are currently, let's see, 21:18. So we're currently an hour and 48 minutes from, wait, hour and 48.
There's no way we're that far out.
Wait, so, no, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. We're 48 minutes from top of descent. There we go. That's what I meant to say. Hamlin, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. How long have I been flying the 737? Nearly 2 years. I have almost 1,000 hours in it. You having a bigger display makes your setup look different. In a good way, Snowy? Or in a bad way? You mean like the layout looks different or my actual setup looks different? I also move things around too, so that also might have been it. My LEDs are already dying. Yeah, I gotta get some rechargeable batteries for those. Let's see. Get back to the flights in here. Casey, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Is that the weather radar? No, that's terrain radar. Unfortunately, PMDG does not have weather radar for obvious reasons. It's a super complex system if they ever figure it out. Basis says I'm halfway to ATP minimums. You got any motivational words for me? Keep going. I know as a CFI, excuse me, when I was time building, there's a lot of times where, you know, the dream of being an airline pilot seemed too far away to touch, and then one day I woke up and I was in NDOT class. So it'll be quicker than you think. Jeff, welcome. Oh, in a good way? Okay, thanks, Snowy. Snowy, our future tech mod advisor. Or tech advisor moderator. You're welcome, Mason. Good luck. Dean Rossman, welcome to the live stream. I just realized why does it still say American Truck Simulator? That was yesterday. Or a day before yesterday. Restream is being interesting. User 1609, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Here, I'm going to switch it back to the other showcase view here. There we go. Now it's like we're actually flying a real airplane. With Captain Dummy. That position commences 6:26. That's my day. That's awesome. I'll be sure to add that role to you in the moderator on here. Or into the Discord, I mean. I fly PC-12 and instruct part-time. Just trying to adjust speed run. Yep. PC-12s are awesome airplanes.
Another June birthday.
Yeah, there's a ton. What can I say? Geminis are awesome. Campbell, welcome. Comma or period? I'm not really sure what that username was. Bill, welcome. The Grumpy Doctor, welcome. Interesting name. Interesting name. Yeah, 48 minutes, so that puts me... Yeah, that should be more than enough time. I still gotta pack. I did all my laundry, I just gotta pack for my trip. That's my least favorite part, is having to pack. Because you'll learn as an airline pilot, you can't always pack what you want. So you gotta get really good at packing what you need, and then if you have space, pack what you want. Sharp Corner, welcome to the live stream. Daniel Habash, welcome to the live stream as well. We're currently about 40 minutes from the top of descent into Indianapolis on our way from Salt Lake Center.
And Big K hasn't shown up yet.
No, I mean, this flight was for him, so that's kind of weird that he's not here. Well, no, he wasn't in the Discord, was he?
No, he's not in the Discord.
Okay,
Not
so
that I
maybe that's
know
why.
of, I should say.
There we go. That's more like it. I was supposed to be in August, but I took my own destiny. It was a breach baby 2 months early. Yeah, I was a preemie too. I was supposed to be in July, but I think I was 6 weeks premature. Flying Chicago SNA aboard your guys' 737-700 on Sunday. Oh, sweet. Make sure you brace going into... Wait, SNA. Is that Orange County? I feel like that's Orange County. I would say if it's Orange County, the landing's going to be rough. It always is. Yep. That was my first... I didn't do the landing. That was my first leg in the 737. The NICU for 6 weeks. Oh, wow. Man, you were early, weren't you? Oh, what did I just pop out that I wasn't supposed to pop out? That's not good. Hold on, guys. Something popped out of my my modem here. I think I accidentally just ripped out my modem cable, so give me just a second and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Crisis averted. It was just my cell phone charger. Alright, I was worried. I was like, why has the live not cut out yet? Alright, let's see. Someone without a username, thanks for the follow. I can't remember if I asked if you flew internationally. If so, you'll have to let me know. Not yet overseas, Rust. I've gone all over this side of the hemisphere. Alaska buttered it and everyone was like, what the heck? Yeah, my second landing in the 737 was in Lahui, Hawaii. It's a 6,500 foot runway. It was meant to be a rough landing, because it's to be firm and get it on the runway, but I actually had a really good runway, or get really good landing. And my check airman was like, what the heck? Can I fly commercial airlines with ADHD? Reach out to your local aeromedical examiner and discuss that with them. Eric, welcome. The jet engine picture with no username. Thanks for the TikTok symbol, Rose, GG, weights, tennis ball, and the lightning bolt. Appreciate it. Are all the 737 Maxes flying now? Not if you're referring to the 737 Maxes that were grounded. Yes, they're all flying. If you're referring to the Max 10s, they haven't been certified yet. So there are no Max 10s flying as we speak. There's orders, just not any flying. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Let's see what Tommy's doing. I have Tommy in the Discord server. Looking good. Looking good. Right, that looks good. Did I get qualified on him? Yeah, I was qualified as soon as I got type rate on the Boeing 737. Oh, asthma. Yeah, asthma's no joke. Asthma is no joke. Excuse me. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Alright, so 20 plus 8, so 38 minutes. Come up to MCI. Perfect. How different were they? Not really. They fly a lot nicer than the next gens. All right, nothing special going on here. Just cruising along.
That's it.
Yep, I mean that's what we do. IRL is just sit
Yeah,
there,
just
drink water,
chilling.
talk. I do well internationally in the sense that I go outside of the United States. Rust. I go to Canada, Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, and South America. So on this guide, the pilots that are based out on the East Coast, they go to the Azores. So technically Europe, but I haven't been over to Europe yet. That'll be on the 7-8. Is the yaw damper not dispatchable? I don't know. I would have to look at the MEL. Well, when I get my BBGA 737, I'll hire you. I'm down. I'd fly a Boeing business jet around. Then there was me and more to talk about near death. I don't want to interrupt your conversation, Snowy. What was more? Hey Nino, what was more difficult, getting your commercial, ATP, or type rating? Well, so your initial ATP check ride is your type rating. I hated my commercial because of the maneuvers, so I would probably have to say my commercial was a little more difficult because you're not doing lazy eights in a transport category airplane. So. Welcome, user 7066. Well, when you do fly over this way, let me know. Oh, yeah, always. I try to let Nathan's another one of our friends that that I know and gamed with for almost a decade. And but yeah, I'll let you both know because I've been talking about going over there for a while. Christopher Speak, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I was confused for a second. I was like, how am I hearing outside of the airplane when I'm inside it? I forgot that I'm also monitoring Tommy's live.
So many going on here.
It's like, where's that noise coming from? We're going to Indianapolis, Christopher. It's if you look at the bottom left-hand side of your screen on your phone, all the information's down there on the bottom. Should be big enough. Depends. I guess it depends on your phone screen. Let me look at the review. Yeah, it's kind of. Let's see. I wonder if I can make it bigger without like losing the. Like make it big like that. Not super big. There you go. It's kind of covered by the chat. Yeah, I tried. So normally, Chris, I have this in like the landscape, like similar like you see on other streaming platforms. But what was happening is in that preview, it's really small. So we were losing a lot of viewers in the preview because they couldn't see what was going on. So I changed to this format. But the problem with this format is there's not a whole lot of places to put everything. So unfortunately, I'm wondering actually. Let me do this. Let me do this. That might help a little bit because it's more off to the side of the chat. How does that look, Chris? That should be a little bit better. That's perfect? Okay, cool. So now it's in the bottom right hand side of your screen, folks. So that way the chat shouldn't be as in the way. Hey, Cloud Surfer, what's going on, brother? We are flying to Indianapolis today. Welcome, Danny Livingston. And we're doing a shared cockpit. So Tommy's over there in the left seat, just hanging out. And we're currently, oh goodness, math in public. That's going to be 33 minutes? Yeah, 33 minutes out from our top of descent into Indy. And Danny just randomly tagged me. Hello, Danny. Shared cockpit, yeah. Hey, Tommy, you want to flip on landing light for Cloud Surfer?
Sure.
There you go. Okay, you can turn him off. Thanks, Tommy. Yep, that's Tommy. He's over in the left seat.
That's a thing? Yeah, it's a thing.
That is the thing. Yeah, Tommy did most of the legwork and research on how to get this done. So it's thanks to him that we're doing this. Cloud Surfer says demon spawn. That's funny. Yeah, it is really cool. It's it's definitely a learning curve because Tommy and I both are used to flying our own airplanes. So coming together as a crew, we're learning a lot from one another.
Once Bill finishes briefing me in our pre-flight, which starts about an hour before the lives, he really hammers down on me with the crew resource management because I tend to be a button pusher.
Yeah, it's not the problem is not you pressing the buttons. It's just you got to tell me what you're doing. Just like I'll be like, hey, this looks a little weird. Does this show, this switch in this position for you? Because the problem with our aircraft or this shared cockpit software, it is software, is that if you get desynced, it's really hard to get it resynced correctly. So that's something we got to communicate and figure out so that way there's ways to reset it. So.
Well, I think the biggest piece of the puzzle this morning, or early this afternoon when we got on, that biggest piece was now I know exactly which aircraft you spawn in on with what settings.
Yes. Yeah, so, cold and dark with GPU. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Chris... Oh, sorry, Tommy, go ahead.
When we fly singular, I actually have a setting in PMD called Jetway, and that's what enables me to have the animated jetway and all that other stuff.
I gotcha. And I definitely don't load in with that, so... Christopher says, just downloaded the PMG 737-800. Oh, cool, that's what we have. Started learning it, used to the A320, lots of differences. Yeah, there's a lot more switches to flip on the 7.3.
Yes, you actually have to fly it.
Yeah. Snowy says, grab the holy water. Absolutely. Spawn of Satan. Why are those light switches turning on by themselves? Landing in 45. Yes. Yes, we are. Flight Sim Pilot 214. Thanks for the follow. Mr. Speak, shots fired. Hey, I've always been a Boeing guy. I fly the Boeing. I don't have a tray table, but I actually fly an airplane and not a computer. So. However, we do have a resident Airbus guy named Jeffrey Blackwell. He loves Ford F-150 trucks and Airbuses, and we make fun of him for both. So,
which now he should be jumping into the live.
Dayton, welcome. That all makes sense. That's so cool, guys. Great job. I need to get a PC too. I wish Xbox had this. Yeah, PC's great. With all these different mods and stuff. Right now, that's mainly the only one that I'm running. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could do gaming-wise with the PC. Jose, welcome to the live stream. I just realized this PMDG has the top windows.
Oh, the teardrops?
Yeah, up here,
like that.
Above us.
Yep.
And the actual airplane, they're all closed up.
Believe it or not, the model I use on the 700 and the 800, I programmed those in when I first set it up.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could program them. Interesting. That's for when we use, for celestial navigation.
Just in case.
Just in case. Nolan is asking, is that an accurate as the real deal? It's pretty close. There's some discrepancies, but overall it's a really good model. I think I do like the 737, just didn't want to pull the trigger on the purchase until now. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. In my opinion, in my experience with Microsoft Flight Simulator, PMDG, hands down, has some of the best models, working models. So I'm a huge PMDG fan.
I wish we knew each other 15 years ago. They had a slammer of a 747-400.
Oh.
And just to get everything on the flight engineer side was a good 20 minutes.
Christopher says Chevy all the way. Yeah, I'm a Chevy guy too.
Oh, you see, now Jeffrey's going to pop in. Someone brought up
he
Chevy.
Has to. And Cloud Surfer says the holy water is an option in the FMS. And here, speaking of trolls, here is RAI.
RAI.
Welcome, RAI. For those of you that don't know, RAI is a real-world air traffic controller for Washington Center. and is absolute. Anytime I'm doing anything air traffic control related, absolutely roasts me. It's always a pleasure to have him in chat. My next flight is tomorrow. This is my last day off.
That seemed to go quickly, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, I had 4 days off, and they were very productive. I had appointments and adulting every single day. Did live streams, created a new video for the Red channel. Yeah, I was very productive this week. Cloud Surfer has got to go, but always love seeing you guys stream. Fly safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, Cloud Surfer, maybe I'll see you in and around Denver. I'll be in and out of there this week. Yes, another 4-day trip. That's usually what I fly. Bill, sorry to ask again. I was fixing another driver's truck, and I probably missed your answer. Cloud Surfer said, enjoyed your haunted cockpit. That's funny.
And now I'm going to start looking for a Halloween library for when we get to that time of year.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be unbelievable. That'd be so cool. Is the airline that you're currently at your first choice or your dream airline? Yes, Agent Comet. Yep, this is where I've always wanted to work. Oh, did you take a picture of your background for your overnights? Oh, thanks, Snowy, for reminding me. I have not done that yet. You're going to be in and out of DIA again? Yes. Oh, boy, I'll be there tomorrow. Yeah, Brother Moose. For some reason this summer, like last summer, I did a lot of through flying in Houston. This summer, I'm doing a lot of stuff through Denver. So, REI says, okay, Captain, time for a serious but judgmental question. Go for it, REI. What is missing in the FMC on PMDG compared to the real? Oh, Franco, it's the ACARs. We don't have any ACARs on this. Why do pilots of a certain airline deviate way more than pilots of every other airline? I honestly don't know which airline you're talking about, because I don't know of an airline that's known for deviating like crazy, to be completely honest. Unless you're talking about us. I really don't know. How often do you fly into Sacramento? A lot. I was just in Sacramento this last week. I'll remind you in Discord later just in case. Thank you, Snowy. I do appreciate that. So Snowy is eventually going to be our tech advisor moderator. And I was talking about, I would love to have this set up. Like, take my whole setup with me to the hotels, but it just doesn't work like that for my live streams. And he mentioned, why don't I just take a picture of what's behind me, and then use the green screen effect on my lives, and then I would have my background with me. It's absolutely freaking brilliant. UAL deviates farther than anyone. Yeah. I don't know. We're more cautious, I guess. I've always been that way. And there's also a rule of thumb too. Well, not rule of thumb. It's a rule. If you're passing like the downwind side of a storm, for every knot of wind that you have at altitude, you're supposed to circumnavigate the storm in nautical miles. So if it's 100 knot wind aloft, you're supposed to circumnavigate by 100 nautical miles. So that's what we do. It's not a company thing. I just think it might be a culture thing. We just still steer clear of thunderstorms. We don't risk it. Shots fired, had to stay. Cloud Surfer, staying here for the tea. Well, that's what I was confused about, because I thought Southwest, I was like, no, Southwest is just, hey, can we get direct? Hey, can we get direct? Hey, can we get direct? 50 million miles to the marker, can we get direct? Delta is known for everything being moderate chop. So when he said that, I was like, it has to be us. Like, it has to be us. Americans known for slowing down to turbulence penetration speed like 100 miles away from the storm. So, yeah, I wasn't sure. So, yeah, I kind of figured it was us. We lied to get direct and fast. Oh, yeah. Hey, can we get direct? Can we get direct? It's like, that must be Southwest.
You know what? If REI ever gets on VATSIM, I'm just going to fly through DC Center every time I see his name. And this is Delta 1038, flight level 370, moderate chop.
Which one is the fastest airline? I don't know. We don't measure airline quality by how fast they go. Do I know my Pan Am history? I'm not that old, but I do know about Pan Am. How long have I been a pilot? I've been in aviation and flying for coming up on 14 years. There's a build-up. Yeah, Cloud Server, absolutely. Hey, there's a build-up. Can we get direct to the runway? Absolutely. Absolutely. Pilot 204, thanks for liking the live. I appreciate it. And Z1 Fun, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, really do. Leon Burrow, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Russ says, I see there's a minute difference between the real ETA and sim ETA. That might just, so that screen that you're seeing is connected through a third-party software, which is then connected to the sim. So sim time might be a little bit different than my computer time, and that's probably what it is. Direct LAX possible today? Yeah, can we get direct the final approach fix at LA? That's funny. Roberto says, should I apply to FIT? I'm a rising senior in high school looking at flight programs. Florida Tech's a good school. UND is the #1 in the nation. So the top 5 are UND, Air Force Academy, Purdue, Embry-Riddle, and Florida Tech. So they're all great programs.
There's only one problem with UND. Only
What's
one.
that?
Winter.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you learn how to fly in the winter. I was spoiled. I never experienced winter until I was in Chicago for my first winter.
Oh.
Tank, thanks for the follow. Park says, I'm a real world 737 pilot too. So is Cloud Surfer.
Oh, we got a bunch of you guys in here now, huh?
Yeah, Middle Tennessee State University. Yeah, that's also a great flight program.
No pressure
Just
flying this plane today.
Oh, yeah, I'm not the one landing it, so.
Huh.
Parks just passed my type rating on Wednesday. Oh, congratulations. Who are you with? If you don't mind me asking. David Dodd Wolverhampton. Thanks for the follow. That is quite the name. Biased, I guess. RAI asks, are you a real pilot? No. No. Brother Moose, winter flying is elite. Those piston planes climb like a bat out of hell. Oh, yeah, that's true in the cold. They really do. Down in Florida, we weren't used to that. Yeah, thanks for looking at that, Rust. Yeah, it's just a discrepancy between, it's looking at my actual computer time and what the time is sensed in the sim. There might just be a small discrepancy. Parks flies for Ryanair. How are your landings, Parks? I fly in the United States. Or the Friendly Skies. I'm a real boy. Sorry, I read REI's comment. Well, Cloud Surfer, I don't know if you were here for the lives, but like I had so many people ask me, are you a real pilot? And where are we going? And that's why on our screen there's so many different like bits of information, and that's why there's this huge scrolling thing that says Real World 737 pilot, because every time people are like, are you a real pilot? Landings are butter. You'll probably be on a YouTube viral video if your landings are butter with Ryanair, Parks. Matt says planes don't fly, they swim. Yeah, technically speaking, you're right, because air is a fluid. You're not wrong. Hamlins, have you ever flew to Hawaii? Yes, multiple times. Maui and Lihue. How are the rides today? They're actually not RA. Honestly, they're not too bad. Saw some wing flex coming out of Salt Lake, but other than that, not too terrible. The roughest butter ever. I mean, I've had some Ryanair landings. You know, all joking aside, I've had some rough landings. The 7.3 is an interesting airplane to land. East Coast is trash today. Oh, is it really? Is it like, oh, I hate those days, REI, where it's just like, it's everybody's asking, hey, is there a better ride? Is there a better ride? And it's literally just all rides, all altitudes, light to moderate chop. I didn't say this before. The Grinch guy sent Jerry the Giraffe, thank you. And Jat sent 2 speakers, or mini speakers. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. 737 is tough to land. Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, every landing is different. Like I had somebody ask, when do you pull the power on the 737? It just depends. If like we fly 700s, 800s, 900s, 90Rs, max 8s and max 9s, is it light? Is it heavy? Or do you have a tailwind? Or do you have a gusty wind? Is it a gusty crosswind? Is it a gusty headwind? Is it a tailwind? Are you landing on an uphill runway? Is it a downhill runway? Is it short field? There's so many factors that you have to think about when landing a 737. It's unbelievable. Snowy says 8,000. 8,000 likes, Snowy? Is that... Oh, why did I just go up? This is an interesting point of view. I wasn't even paying attention. Thanks, Snowy, for keeping an eye on that. Let's see. 8,000 likes. Awesome. I appreciate it, y'all. I think my record is 40, was it 45 that one time? But that's because Tommy and Snowy and Morgan were sitting there just liking away. So I do appreciate y'all liking the live and sharing it. And follows, too. I do appreciate it. RA says thunderstorms, icing, and heavy precip. Oh, those days suck. Cloud surfer. Oh, sorry. I was coughing because I was laughing reading Cloud Surfers. Because what I do is I pre-read stuff before I start saying it, so I know not to say it if it's something stupid. But Cloud Surfer said I created one recently and stood in the doorway like a champ, and 3 whole people then bailed. Yeah, I did the same thing. So if you ever land in Washington Dole as a 19 right, there's a dent right around the 1,000-foot markers in the ground. That was me. That's where my arch nemesis story started with the Boeing 737-900ER. And I put on my hat, I put on my blazer, and I stood in the doorway and just took all the hate from the passengers about it, because it was a terrible landing. We did get taught to flare at 27 feet and start reducing power during flare to idle by main gear touchdown. Well, that's interesting. We definitely don't do that. It depends on the airplane. So in the 700, that thing will float like crazy. So you got to kind of have to monitor it. But generally speaking, you flare lower, and we start pulling the power back at about 30 feet. The 800 is kind of like an Embraer 140 landing. You flare generally a little bit closer to the ground, but as you're flaring, you bring thrust back to idle. With the 737-900 and 900ER and MAX 9, or just the 900ER, you keep the power in until you set your flare, and then you go power idle. So at least that's how I land them. It depends on the pilot. Fun fact: flight level 5,000 is less than 10 miles off the surface. Yeah, it's because it's 5,000 feet. It's less than a mile, actually. Are you talking about 50,000 feet? Yeah, because 10 miles off the surface would be 60,000 feet. The infamous Bill crater. Yeah, it's funny that you say crater, because I use that all the time when I'm like, oh yeah, I cratered one in, and it's just funny because if it's a non-pilot, they're like, what are you talking about? But if you say that to any pilot, they automatically understand what you're talking about. That plane guy, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Tommy, welcome to the live stream.
Hey, no problem. I was just checking out, but I kept on getting silly notifications.
Oh. Rust. Wait, I recognize that username Cloud Surfer. Where did I see that before? Oh yeah, it was my old one. Yes, it was my old username. Was Cloud Surfer Bill. Phil, welcome to the live stream. Let's see, we're getting... Okay, Tommy, let's see. Is there... I don't think there's any air traffic control right on.
No, we have no controls on.
Okay. What was I trying to do? Atlanta and Houston is on, but nothing along our corridor. Let me check. That's why I love this fat scope. Yep, nothing that I'm seeing. Cool. So what we're gonna do, Tommy, is we're gonna go ahead and set the bottom altitude. Which is, where's Peyton? I'm gonna go ahead and set 6,000 in there for you, so we don't miss the top of descent.
Okay.
And then once we get on the actual arrival, I'll set the final approach altitude and so on and so forth. Then I'll walk you through the approach. Oh, let's not forget auto brakes. Let's go 3. And we do have a generous tailwind, so I'd say probably start down when the top of descent says like 20 miles. That'll usually help.
Okay.
Cloud Surfer said, hush Russ, I want to be just half as cool as him. Well, it was funny, Cloud Surfer, when you first jumped on, because my profile picture was similar to that when I used to be under the Cloud Surfer name. I thought you were going to be someone that was going to try to troll me. So I was like real nervous at first until you messaged me, and then we chatted, and I was like, oh, he just has the same name as me. Yeah, Russ, going back 9 years. Yeah, I can't believe it was that long ago. Elon, yes, we're using your controls. How did you get the weather display to work? This isn't weather, this is terrain, Evan. The PMDG doesn't have working weather radar. User 9172, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Are you waiting for clearances or you're just making your own? So Cloud Surfer, there's no VATSIM controller on right now. So we're in uncontrolled airspace. So we're setting the altitude. So we're doing the RNP. I'm teaching Tommy how to do the RNP to 5 left in Indy. User 1827, we're not going to do a barrel roll. top of descent. Oh yeah, it's coming up. Sometimes I lose the top of descent in the terrain.
Yeah, I'm showing it, what, about 90 miles?
Yep. Landing with 10.2. We're looking good. Looking good. Hey, Mason, how's it going? Thank you for liking the live, Mason. So the idea is once we get Tommy on final and all set up for the landing, then I'll go back to the showcase view so that way we can watch the landing from the passenger point of view. Let's see, Cloud Surfer says, oh cool, teaching your haunted ghost captain an RNP. That's on this year's AQP, I think. Yep, absolutely. You're getting ready for Halloween. Terrain radar at 37 looks like you wouldn't what? That add clutter to your PFDs? No, I always run terrain. Depends on the software.
There actually is one aircraft that has a working weather radar.
Say that one more time. There is? Which one?
The A300.
Oh, interesting.
It's the only one in the entire fleet of 2020 that has a working radar.
That's
can get working radars, weather radar, but I'm not spending the $50.
Oh yeah, no. Got you to 10,000 likes. Oh, thanks, Chad. I appreciate that. Any tips for starting at FIT Aviation this fall, coming in with the PPL? Hey, congratulations, Eric. I'm a fellow Florida Tech graduate. I was a class of 2016. It's a great school. Just study. It's hard, especially because it's a college experience, but be disciplined and it'll pay off. Can you explain Mach and why we switched to it at 24? So Mach is percentage of the speed of sound. And there's such a drastic difference at 240 between indicated and Mach coming through 240. That's why we transitioned. But up here, you know, let's say we want to go 280 knots. We can't go 280 knots because it's in the red line because of temperature, altitude, pressure, etc. So that's why at higher altitudes we focus on Mach. Mo Woja, I think I said that. Mo, thanks for the live, or for the follow, I should say. Hey, Devin. My flight block is 6 to 10:45 p.m. 6 to 10:45 p.m. They didn't even do flight blocks that late. But that's good though, Eric. That's actually good because around 6 p.m. the evening thunderstorms are finishing up. So it's not bad, Eric. I think also with that block you're going to have a lot of airplanes available to you as well. So it's not bad. I think my comments keep getting filtered somehow. I keep trying to say 8K follow. I don't know why that would be getting blocked. The PMDG 737 is different from the real one? A little bit. There's small differences. Is it more related to the density of air at altitude? Kind of. There's a lot of different factors. But mainly is because air pressure up here and the density of the air is not what it is down low. It also has to do with temperature and stuff. Current speed is 0.80 Mach. You can see it in the upper left-hand corner, Rust, up here on the left side of the PFD. So 0.80 is what we're scheduled. Down in the bottom left is what we're currently doing, which is 0.795. And indicated is 258 knots. How was my birthday? It was good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. All right, Tommy, you ready for a descent checklist? I just remembered that before we started heading down.
I am ready.
All right. Descent checklist. Pressurization is set. Okay, so I forgot to explain this to you, Tommy. So on descent checklist, if you see PM, it's only the pilot monitoring, which is me, and then PF is you. So the only, let's see, on the descent checklist, the only thing that we need to both confirm is the speeds. Does that make sense?
It sure does.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I just created, it's on our Discord server if you guys want access to it. But I developed a PMDG 737 normals checklist, but I just kind of threw it at Tommy as we're going in the live, so we haven't really got much time to practice it. So, descent checklist is a pressurization set. Recall is checked. Auto brakes, let's see, 3 set. Speeds are going to be flaps 30, 148, 153 set.
Set.
FMC and radios are set.
Set.
Arrival briefing complete. Descent checklist complete.
Okay, I'm getting a master caution annunciator panel.
Say again?
I am getting a master caution and the annunciator panel is lit up.
Okay, of course we are. Let me look at your Discord here. Oh, just click the master caution.
Man, nothing's happening there.
Click the annunciator panel.
Nothing's happening there.
That's a glitch. If you look at mine, it's completely dark.
Where's Discord? Yeah, let's look at yours.
Mine's just completely dark.
Yeah, it is. All right, we're gonna go with yours on that one.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna try to maybe click it again and maybe it'll go out.
Yep, there you go. Wipe mine
Okay.
out.
Did yours go out?
Yep.
Okay, cool. There it is.
Hi, Devin. How are you?
What? Happy birthday. Oh, thanks, Cloud Surfer. Yeah, it was yesterday. I celebrated my birthday yesterday. So basically, it's just more reliable and accurate. Yeah, at higher altitudes. The Thing, thanks for the follow. You guys are in Echo right up there. Not at 370. 370, we are in Class Alpha airspace. It's filtering the word followers. Oh, I made it to 8,000 followers? No way.
Cool.
Did I make it?
Congratulations.
That was one of my goals. I'm trying to get 10,000, but 8,000. Yes! That's awesome. Thank you guys for 8,000 followers. That's awesome. I'm trying to get to 10, but 8,000 is a huge milestone. So thank you guys. That's awesome. Doc, thanks for the follow. You clicked the recall. Will that mess with his? It kind of, apparently it did. So I clicked it and his stayed on. But I just had to reset it again. Devin says doing pretty good. Is there an event in VATSIM tonight? There it is. It's Friday Night Ops. How many days off do you have now? I'm coming to the end of a 4-day. 4 days off. Getting ready for my own flight to Kelowna from Calgary in the beloved 7-3. Oh, nice. Up in good old Canada. Oh, Canada. I don't even know how to pronounce that username, but welcome. I'm going to check the weather again in Indy real quick. Winds are 030 at 6, 10 statute miles, broken at 4,000. I'll set up our altimeters for when we go through 182991. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to put that in the descent page because that helps with the DNAV. If the stupid labels would get out of the way. Alright, there we go. And they're still landing 5 left. So we Gucci. Information X-ray.
All right.
Live, been watching your live since 1. Oh, good, Summer. That's awesome. He better bring back syrup. That's funny. Things you've seen as a pilot in the airport that if you tell someone, they'll never believe. Fist fights over a checked bag. I'm not going to mention which airline it is, but I've witnessed quite a few in my time at Envoy. It wasn't Envoy. I'm taking a trip to Florida with United tomorrow. Oh, nice. Favorite genre of music? Anything that has a good beat. I'm a musician, so it doesn't really matter to me. We are currently flying the 800 YHC. Jake, if you go to my TikTok page, it's pretty apparent who I work with there. Jacob Malasa, thanks for sharing the live. Greensboro Chris, hello, buddy. Welcome to the live stream. We're just about ready to start our descent into Indianapolis. Cloud Surfer, right on the nose. I don't want to say it, but yes. Wish they still had engineers on airplanes. I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews about, because I fly with guys that have, flew during that time, and I've heard mixed reviews about having a third person in the cockpit. So.
Actually, years ago, one of the places that I had worked, one of our EMTs was actually an engineer for TWA.
Oh, really? Probably
Yeah.
on the 7-2?
Yep. And
Nice.
we would work overnights together. So come 2-3 o'clock in the morning, it wouldn't be uncommon to see my ambulance quite possibly parked outside the TWA maintenance facility at Kennedy. Good coffee.
Hey,
Always good coffee.
Tommy, go to your descent page for me. And then you see where it says descend now?
Yeah.
Yep, let's go ahead and start down. So descend now and execute. There we go. Wow.
That's
Literally
funny,
started-
REI.
Wait, what's that?
I'm looking at the comments. Wait, Tommy's from New York? That's
Yeah,
funny.
how could you tell? Jesse, welcome. Literally strutting the airport, yeah. Hey, Aaron. Nice name, welcome. We just started a descent into Minneapolis. Sean Flanagan says, love the vids, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy them. Alright, let me make sure everything's still going good with the stream. Yep, we're 90% of the way there. Time to go, 17 minutes until landing, so we're almost there. G Mills, hello, and welcome to the live stream. Rodney Baxter, welcome. When does the event start? I have no idea, Devin. Sometime this evening.
7 p.m. Eastern, 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Here you go. I have yet to participate in one, so. Indy's the kindest airport in the world. I see what you did there. All right, that was good. That was real good. Wojo wants to know which borough in NYC, though.
Queens.
Queens. There you go. Are y'all going to fly an event? No, not after this. After this, Tommy and I are going to go lay back and relax. Person without a username says I'm back. Well, I don't know if... I didn't know you were here because you didn't have a username, so... How do I know when to start the approach? The flight computer tells me. Amy, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Little Breezy, welcome. John, welcome. Currently in our descent into Indianapolis. Welcome, Jason. And Gmails, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Are you hyped for Microsoft Simulator 2024? I want to see what it actually looks like when it comes out, but it's exciting that they're not going to wait 10 years to put out a new one. Bill, my mom just texted me to say she's seen you on her For You page and wants to know if you're a real pilot. Tell her I'm a fake one. Scooter says I'm a fake one, brother. That's so funny.
You know what? I think just for fun, our next flight,
Yeah.
I'm going to throw on my display. Bill is really an airline pilot.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. Have you tried the peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A? Is it good? I have not, Franco, actually. Maybe Morgan has, but I haven't. Pilot going into Philly got credit for a double landing a couple weeks ago. A bit dicey. Got credit for it, so I guess he bounced it. Am I actually flying? No, I'm pilot monitoring on this leg user. Tommy, who's in the left seat. Tommy, you want to turn on the landing lights? Say hello to user 1744. There it is. Tommy is in the left seat. He's currently the one flying the aircraft. My name doesn't work. I don't know why. And also, I don't use SimBrief, but Tommy does. Tommy's a SimBrief expert. Let's see. RI says peach milkshakes are good. Okay, so there we go. Alex Jones, thanks for the follow. Mike, thanks for the follow. Yeah, man, the real pilot questions extend beyond that live, it seems. It really does, yeah. Matt says a good bounce. Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. All right, we just transitioned to 280 knots. Looking good. The path is coming in. We already ran the descent checklist. Everything's looking good. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Jat, welcome back. Dupree, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, here our path is. I don't know if you guys can see it. On the right side of our navigation display, we have our vertical deviation indicator. Once that hits about 400 feet of deviation, we'll see on the left side of the screen, it's going to go to, I can't say the word because I'll get blocked, but it's indicating that the thrust levers and auto throttle are going to idle for a flight idle descent on the arrival. The King of TikTok, welcome. Interesting name. Renari, welcome. All right, so here it comes. Oh, it should have already gone flight idle. Auto throttles are on, right? Yep. Devin has a question for you, Tommy.
Shoot. Hey, Tommy, does fly-by-wire
There it goes.
answer 20 tell you when to descend? It It does, but not in the traditional Boeing way. What you do is you get into your EFB. On the left-hand margin, you'll see a calculator. You sync your current altitude with your first point on your arrival. So if you look at your star chart and you're at 370, and I'll just use our waypoints, you see Colts at no higher than 260. You type in 260 and that'll give you the distance that you need to be from that waypoint to start your descent. And then I'll actually make a tutorial for you about it sometime this week on how to put that into the progress page on the A320. Take me about an hour to do that.
Wait, what word will get you blocked? I showed it on the screen a second ago. I kind of zoomed in on it. So when your flight level drops, you start your descent. Well, no, your flight level changes when you start descending. Benjamin, this is the PMDG. This is the PMDG. All right, Tommy, we're inside. We're actually on the star. There's still no air traffic control, as far as I'm aware, in Indy. I see Atlanta, Denver, Houston, and New York. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set the final approach fixed altitude for now of 2,100 feet.
Okay.
That'll keep us descending. Once we're inside the initial approach fix, I can set touchdown zone elevation for you. And we're going to keep the autopilot on all the way through that curved turn from Peyton onto the final approach fix. Once we're inside of the final approach fix, then as you see fit, you can disconnect the autopilot.
Okay.
Does it sound good?
Perfect.
All right. Welcome, Gmails. Do commercial pilots have a currency requirement for sims to practice emergency procedures? Yes, Matt. I go in every 9 months for recurrent.
Really?
RI says,
Every
I'm
9
listening to
months?
this at the gym between sets, thinking logically. I think I know. Yeah. If it pops up again, RI, I'll show it to you. I can't say it. It'll pop up in that on the top of the PFD on the very left side when it goes to idle. It's another word for slowing down something. I just can't say it on TikTok because I think it'll ban me. The FMC will tell you where the top of descent is. That's correct. Gmails, go to my TikTok page, and it's pretty obvious there who I work for. I just don't openly announce it because I am not a spokesperson for the airline. Do I fly with a yoke? A yoke? Nope. I do with a controller. Tommy flies with the yoke though. You ever had bad captain experiences? Not too often. It's rare nowadays. The Airbus word on Jeep was they should get it. Yep. That's a good, 50, 40, 30, that word, 5, right? That's actually a good way of describing it without hopefully not getting banned. Nicholas, welcome. What's the most inexpensive way to become a pilot? So expensive. Chandler, I think you just answered your own question. There is no way. So inexpensive and flight training they're not inclusive. You can't do one without the other. Jat, thanks for the TGIF ×5. Wow, thank you. Let me check that scope real quick. The ATC and said, REI, you just gotta apply to the academy. Absolutely. Benjamin, I am on that channel as well. I'm also currently streaming on that. It's the same name all together, Captain Bill Official. I stream a variety of different games. I do Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was doing American Truck Simulator, which Snowy can tell you that was an absolute comedy show the last time I did that a couple days ago.
You might have company with that next time you do it.
I'm down. I always love playing games with other people, like video games. So ATP, you'd say? Well, I don't know. I never went to ATP. Jet says, love your content. Thank you. I appreciate that. It always makes my day when I hear that someone appreciates my content, so thank you. How do you know when to descend an 800? Is it the same as an A320? Kind of. They both have a top of descent indication. Quite literally, you can be homeless and have no money and get into ATC. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than being a pilot. You just gotta get accepted into the academy is all. Alright, let's see. Here's Delta 1038. Who's this person? They're at 8,000 feet with no flight plan. Interesting.
What's that? Does it show that tail number?
It does. That is 14 X-ray Lima, India. A Canadian, according to this. November, and there's somebody behind us with no flight plan. As far as I know, it looks like we're the only one going into Indy. I can't confirm. Yes, Snowy watches all our streams, so when things go sideways, he's always there for it. Did you have a choice between A320 737? No, but I wouldn't have picked the Airbus anyways. It's a worse quality of life at my company. And they pay for your housing there and stuff. Good gig. Yeah, it is. I prefer Boeing. Do you recommend to start my PPL at 15? No, because you can't get your license. You can't even solo until you're 16. So if you start your license at 15 for an airplane with an engine, it's just going to be a waste of money because you won't be able to do anything. Do you know why American ICAOs start with a K? That's just the international designator. Diddy, thanks for the follow. Gmills, if you can glide, that's what I did. You can glide and solo at 15 and get your license. I'm sorry. You can solo at 15 and get your license at 16 as a glider pilot, if I remember correctly. Ways you can save money to become a pilot: do the ground school at home. The cockpit is the most expensive. That's true, and that involves lots of studying. If you study a lot, don't have to repeat lessons or check rides, you'll save a lot of money. Does every pilot in your company have to be trained on RNP approaches? Yes, because all our aircraft are capable for RNPs. Americans aren't just a K, just continental U.S. That's a good point too. Yeah, because Hawaii is P, if I remember correctly. Yeah, all right. That's a very good point. I stand corrected. I'm just saying Indy. I can't say Indianapolis. I don't even know how to say it. Alaska's P as well. That's right. Yep. Carl Linda Mendanka, welcome. I don't mean to sound correct and just sharing my limited knowledge. No. Ari, you're completely right. You are completely right. How do you feel about no land-based navigation, all GPS? I mean, that's where we're going. RAI and I were talking about that yesterday, I think. Everything's going to Q routes. So it's just the future. What about microlight? What is microlight? What carrier do I fly for? Did he go check out my my TikTok page? It's pretty obvious who I work for. I just don't openly announce who I work for because I'm not a spokesperson for them. Yeah, rip the jet routes. Yep, they're not gonna be around much longer. Oh, a microlight aircraft. Oh, so like a sports license. Yeah. You're welcome, Diddy. Engineer Ian, welcome. All right, Tommy, we're coming through 18,000 feet, or flight level 180, excuse me. Altimeters, 299/1 inches. I must switch on.
And just checking the sync, you showing me a right-on path?
Correct. Yeah, I'm showing right on path. Is that what you're showing?
Yep.
Yep, we're looking good. 18,000 feet. There's the RAI I know and love. He roasted me because I called it 18 instead of flight level 180 because it's transition level, not altitude. Nailed it.
He is always right there.
There's a lot of equipment to maintain, so it makes sense, yeah. Alan, welcome. What should I do as a kid if I want to be a commercial? I mean, just get involved. I was in Civil Air Patrol, go to the local flying club, FBO, just stay involved. You don't have to be that old to be involved with aviation. 2991. What is flight level 180? Well, now we're below it, but at 18 through the transition altitude, now we're at 2991, so that would be an altitude. All right, we're looking good here. I'm gonna double check the weather one more time. 34 minutes old, still the same weather as previously briefed. Still going strong on your live. Yes, thank you, New Wisconsin. Yeah, and also broke 8,000 followers, which was amazing. Didn't even realize that Snowy had to point it out for me. So, been a great live so far. Great live. I'm just counting the days until I get banned from these lives. Well, the thing is, Ari, I know you troll me, but I know it's a genuine. It's not malicious. So, wait. So you play your job? Not really. I'm here to answer questions for aspiring pilots, and also to get to hang out with Tommy, and fly with him.
And that's
So-
really what it's about. I mean, the sim is just the sim. It's about hanging out.
The sim is entertainment, is what it is. So there's something going on in the background. Matt, we're currently descending on the Colts 2 Star, and we're going to be doing the RNP Zulu runway 5 left from Peyton. Do new hires fly with a third pilot? No. Dan, welcome. All right, we're coming up on Sergo. Looking good. Now there should be a decel point at Peyton. Yep. This is gonna be good. And I'll walk you through the configuration too for the initial one.
Okay.
User 1827. What was my hardest check ride? Probably my CFI. The CFI was challenging. It was like an 8-hour ground for my check ride. Do you ever have to attend any meetings? I would love to fly away from meetings at my current job. Do you ever have to attend meetings? Yeah, I fly. Yeah, I do meetings. It's a regular thing. Melissa, welcome. User 1114, welcome. Pants ? Welcome. That's a weird name. I guess I should probably turn on my Xbox controller, huh, Tommy?
Just in case.
It's insane. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me double check I haven't disconnected. Okay, I'm going to move a switch real quick to make sure it doesn't disconnect me from your controls. Okay. I just switched the ignition switch, so now it shouldn't disconnect me.
Let me double check your controls while we have the moment.
Bad Matter's asking, hardest maneuver before ATP? Lazy 8s. Absolutely hated Lazy 8s. Lazy 8s were the bane of my existence. And guess what? I've never Lazy 8'd a 737. Go figure. I mean, you could, but it's not required. What's easier to fly, Boeing or Airbus? I don't know. I've only flown to Boeing, so I can only offer that account there. All right, here comes the decel. Tommy, if you want to pop the spoilers, you see how the airspeed's not falling back with the bug?
Yep.
Is that guy's volume really low for you, or do I need to turn up V-Pilot?
It is. He's way out of range for a V-Pilot.
I can't hear what he's saying. RIA says aviation is using 10% of your knowledge 90% of the time, but being able to use that other 90% at any time with perfect accuracy. I'm going to quote you on that, RIA. That is 100% accurate.
I might have to screenshot that.
Yeah, Bill, Pizza Hut tonight. What should I get? I'm a
Pepperoni.
meat lovers. I love meat lovers stuffed crust. That's usually my go-to. Franco, can I visit the UA headquarters, or do I need to get an invitation? You may be able to call ahead and ask, Franco, to see if they give like just normal civilian tours. I'm not sure. Whoa, what was that?
We
Why are we dead?
decelled, now we're going to nosedive to get on pad.
Okay, go ahead and close the spoilers for me. Actually, you know what? Keep them out. Keep them out. Sorry. It's just having trouble.
You know what? Let me tell you something. That guy's got a bad headset. That's what this is. He's got a bad headset.
I can't even hear him.
No. And here I am on my $5 general headset without a problem.
And that is how I intimidate other sim pilots. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, definitely someone's like, what's he talking about?
Oh my god, that's the guy that has no flight plan.
Yeah.
right, Tommy, you can close up the spoilers. The thrust levers are coming back up. Let's see. How did you build your hours after getting your license? I was a flight instructor. I taught people how to fly. Sky Gazer, thanks for the follow. $5 general headset. That's what's wrong with the world. This should be one.
You want to know how much I paid for my Logitech, and they don't work
No.
right?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get focused here. Because Tommy and we got some guy.
Yeah, we got traffic.
Dominic Mace, thanks for the follow. Alright, yeah, go ahead and pull the spoilers, Tommy. And I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to open the window and go 210.
Okay.
It is a little bit of a complicated approach, so I apologize if I'm going to be reaching up there and spinning things, but
Just do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna talk through as much as I can. Okay, so we're below 250. I'm going to give you flaps 1, okay?
Okay.
That's going to help us slow down. Was transitioning from CFI to flying jets especially difficult? Flying complicated approaches? Not really. They train us pretty well. Okay, I'm going to give you flaps 2. Did you just say SkyWest heavy?
Yep.
Alright, I'm giving you flaps 5. Alright, this is where the magic's going to start happening, okay, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Alright, so we're at 210. Go ahead and close the spoilers for me. Once we see that those thrust levers coming up, we're going to close the spoilers. Alright, we're inside of Peyton, so that's the initial approach fix. I'm going to set the touchdown zone elevation of 800 feet.
Okay.
So that way we don't arrest our descent too early. Everything's looking good so far. So lateral is engaged. We've set touchdown zone. Oh, excuse me. Touchdown and VNAV is engaged. And we're going to close the window here in just a second. So window is closed. You're going to see the bug drop, right? So it's going to continue to try to slow down while we're level or getting level here. We want to configure as early as we can here. So go ahead and pop those spoilers for me, Tommy. And then I'll just configure you as we need. Alright, you see how we're having trouble slowing down here?
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop the gear for you. And that's going to help us slow down to that speed down there.
To the 170.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yep, and see the FMS is telling us that drag is required. Which is, that's so we threw out the spoilers and stuff like that. So I'm going to update your landing speed. That's going to look good. Okay, I'm going to give you flaps 10. Oh, I just put up the gear, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me throw it back down. There it goes. Wrong button on my Xbox controller. Alright, you can go ahead and close the spoilers now, since we're on speed. You can, yeah, just go and shove them. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to go 15 for you, since we already went gear down, so now it's going to be flaps 15. You see that 4-mile ring I was telling you about?
I do. That's actually really cool.
Yep, so by then, at least by then you want to go gear down flaps 15. Configuring early is not too bad. Okay, so we're looking good. It's kind of flying this okay. And it's okay. So at 2 miles, we'll go to flaps 30, landing checklist, and it'll slow itself down it'll slow down by itself. Make sure you are in the map page. That one right there.
Okay.
And then if you need... Wait, did I just freeze? I think I froze, Tommy.
I hope not.
I just froze. I'm not moving.
2500.
Okay. I'm going to walk you through it then from watching you on Discord because I just desynced for some reason. Yep, I froze. Okay. Alright, Tommy. Here, I'll just configure for you, I guess. So if you look over so I can see the... Actually, you know what? You're good. Just stay right where you are. Alright, I'm going to go flaps 25. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put up the gear. I did it again. I'm hitting switches. All right, here comes flaps. 25. Okay. And then I'm going to give you flaps 30. And I have no idea why I desynced on my side, because I am absolutely frozen in space. So that's interesting. So Tommy, I'm just watching. All right, Tommy, it's all you. Tommy, look down at the spoilers and just give it one click, so you have those armed.
Okay.
Okay, and then go to the start switches and set continuous. What is this thing doing? Why is it turning?
Put me on final.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, start switches continuous.
Yep, continuous.
Okay. And let's see. Yeah, you're all configured. I see flaps 30. All right, so you're lined up whenever. This is so bizarre that it just decided to give up on me right here.
1,000.
I wonder if it was it the rear controls. Can I disconnect and then connect?
Indianapolis area traffic Delta 1038 short final 5 left approach.
Oh, I'm with you now. I'm back with you. I resynced.
Beautiful.
Resynced. I don't know what that's all about.
500.
Stable. All right, I'm gonna go to the passenger view here.
I'm taking over the aircraft.
All right, Tommy, let's do it.
Alarm off.
Let's do it, Tommy.
300.
Oh, there's a bug. My runway lights are about 100 feet above the runway.
200.
We're watching from the passenger point of view here.
100. 50. 30.
Autopilot's off.
20.
Nice. This is it.
10.
Oh, gorgeous, Tommy. Gorgeous. Oh, why am I upside down in this point of view? What the heck? Nicely done, Tommy.
Thank you.
Nicely done. All right, and when able, you can make a right turn off, and we'll taxi to the gate.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna come off Bravo 6.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea
Bravo
why
5.
that desynced. That was so unbelievably stupid at the worst possible time. But we handled it. We handled it.
It would have been difficult for any lesser of a flight crew.
Yeah, that's very true. Nicely done. Let me guess, I probably forgot to turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. Yep, so old Granny G was in the bathroom for that one, but luckily it was a butter landing, so. I had us parking at gate Alpha 15, is what I was set up for.
Okay. I actually see the blue tug. Maybe we'll get a marshaller.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. Let me just clean this up here.
And I don't know if you can see it, but I have a random fuel truck just right in the middle of the taxiway.
That's actually 100% accurate. I can't see it, but that's usually what happens in real life. Alright, I'm starting up the APU.
So, where's the horn on this?
That's right here. Actually hit it. We do actually have one.
Dude, whenever
Okay,
you want to move that,
I don't see them on my screen, so I
Well-
think you should be good to go.
I am going to taxi right through.
Yeah, go for it. I think we'll be fine. Famous last words.
Put the nose right through the flame placard.
Here you go.
If you're going to do it right.
APU's coming on the bus. Yeah, that was such a random time to...
Yeah, that
No,
was
we,
really weird.
we never assume as an airline pilot. Yeah, I don't know why it desynced in that moment. Maybe it's because the airplane was doing something complicated. So next time I suggest an RMP approach, just smack me upside the head.
Blue tug, but no wing walkers, no...
Yeah, I don't even see a blue tug on my screen. Cloud Surfer says, tips for Tommy, don't flare so well, don't manage energy so well, be worse please and thank you. Okay, yeah, that was a really good landing, Tommy.
Thank you.
Alright, parking brake set.
Parking brake is set.
Okay, I have the APU up on the bus. Shutting it down. Oh, nope, said that the wrong way. We'll just say I waited for the minute. Okay, and then transponder's going off. Okay, you ready for the parking checklist?
Ready for the parking checklist.
Alright, let's do it.
Parking checklist, please. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers are off. IRS selectors off. Probe heat auto.
Yeah, Tommy, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah, I lost power to my because of the storm.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to wrap up. I mean, it probably all went off. So everything just shut off.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
make a quick story about it, or go live real quick. So I'll go live on my phone real quick.
In the middle of that, so during our shutdown checklist, something happened with our power here at my house because of the thunderstorms that are happening. So just went completely dark. Completely dark. Yeah, so I guess this is the way we're gonna hit that stream off my phone versus the other way. I am super sore. I was not expecting that to happen. Everything was we still don't have power. Everything that's on right now are all lights, and that's because all the other lights that are on are all
Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end my stream. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Hopefully everybody has a great day. I'll talk to you all soon.